T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy.
Yeah.
You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Hello, lovely people, and welcome back to Kopish, the Monday Night Live show. As always, when we get behind the mic, please make sure you subscribe, comment, and like. Hope everyone is well. Matt Drift, how are you guys doing this evening?
Not too bad, you know, bro. Not too bad.
Decent.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't devastated. I'd be lying.
Yeah, me and Matt had that earlier on the show. Man. Imagine finding out live, bro. How do you think we felt?
Yeah, I feel like there's a definite Premier League, man.
Yeah.
Literally, during the show, the news breaks, and I'm like, don't lie.
Devastating, man.
This is a sad day for football, you know, I'll be real. It's a sad day,
It
bro.
really is. It really is.
Sad day, man.
Should we speak about that? Should we start there, boys? Spend a couple of minutes on that. Is this a good thing for the Premier League? Is it a bad thing? Do you think Man United, despite spending money, do you think they'll get it right with their next appointment? Where's your heads at, boys?
You know what it is, who they want, sorry, isn't it?
It's Amorim, right?
Amorim, yeah.
Doesn't mean they'll get him. Doesn't mean they'll do well there.
Yeah. I mean, I said to the people when I went, shout out everyone who just watched my roundup show that we all thought Ten Hag was the guy. So you just never know. Because it's easy to think about it 2.5 years later and laugh and act like when Man United were getting Ten Hag, he had high stock in world football. Everybody thought, shit, Man United aren't playing around anymore. They've actually finally hired the guy who's going to win them stuff. Yeah, and
facts.
It just hasn't worked out. So we could quite possibly be sitting here saying the same thing about Amorim. Everybody thought that Conte was going to be a success at Tottenham. And he wasn't. Like, these things can happen. So nothing's guaranteed. But they're definitely making the right appointment in terms of what seems out of making an educated assumption is a good choice. Like, I don't think anybody would ever have any issue with it being Amorim. The only thing I will say is he wants 15 mil a year, which apparently is what Liverpool and West Ham were very much put off by. And it's costing 10 mil to buy him out. I'm not going to lie, it's kind of expensive when you include the money they have to pay Ten Hag off as well. It's kind of expensive to bring him in.
No. It is, but you got to remember, bro, Man United throw money at everything.
But ain't that why they're in trouble, though, Matt? Because apparently they ain't got money like that anymore.
Bro,
so
it will be so Man United to pay more than what was asked of him originally. That's just, no, seriously, bro. Like,
yeah, no, true.
Like, it wouldn't surprise me. I get what you're saying because it is expensive, but it wouldn't surprise me if Man United make some blockbuster offer. Because remember, he's in the middle of the season, and I've heard news come out of Portugal that he's still and and he's excited about going to the Prem, but he doesn't want to leave through the season, kind of thing. So for them to do that, they're going to have to entice him with a lot of money, which makes me think if they're going to get him, I reckon we're going to see some serious numbers. That's what I think, anyway.
Well, apparently the rumors are that Ruud van Nistelrooy is gonna stay there as interim manager until that's all sorted out.
Oh, is it? Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Ruud interim, innit? Yeah. Give it Ruud, innit? I mean, I say that now.
He's unknown, isn't he? He's the unknown.
Yeah, Root could be a bad boy for all I know. But it makes sense for them, I guess. But yeah, I don't know, man. I was hoping that he'll be there for longer. I was hoping he'll see out the season just to, make that club even worse. But they finally got rid of him. And all jokes aside, if you're a Man United fan, you must be over the moon. I don't know any Man United fan that wanted him to stay and wanted to give him more time. It was so overdue, all jokes aside, that it was actually just like a joke. It got to the point where I just thought they could lose 3 games in a row and it don't even matter. Like, that's the status that they're in. But that West Ham one, I think, was the last one in it for them, innit? That was it, and they pulled the plug.
It is indeed. Drift, does it worry you that Man United have moved this quickly to get rid of Ten Hag so early in the season? Do you think they will actually now just start getting their stuff together? Because they are a sleeping giant. Like, we can mock them as much as we want, but they are a sleeping giant, and we know that the right manager could really turn things around there.
I think the right manager can turn things around, generally speaking, like all good managers do. So, as a straight at home example of what Jurgen Klopp did when he came into, I wouldn't call it like an absolute mess, but we weren't in a good place by our own high where we should be standards, right?
Yeah.
So it definitely could turn it around, 100%. But not quickly. Not quickly, because I look at their squad, and for all the money they've spent, their squad is shit. So I still think there's going to be a lot of players they've got to move on, for example. Now, because here's the thing, Cal. You can have a good squad, but it depends on what level. So they've got a good squad that could be top 4. They've got a top 4 squad. They definitely don't have a Champions League or a Premier League winning squad, though. Nowhere close. Nowhere close.
Yeah, I agree with that.
They're going to need a lot of ins and a lot of outs in terms of their transfers to get there. So they're going to need about 3 or 4 years, I reckon, before they're like proper, like bona fide Champions League and title winning team. Do you know what I mean? Because it's going to take, because they've got some players in their squad that I don't know who's going to want. And that's when you start thinking, how do you get rid of those players? Do you know what I mean? It's very easy to say, oh, just get rid of him and get rid of him. But nah, there's a lot of players in that squad that will be difficult to shift. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. I just hope that the hierarchy continue to keep the toxicity, and therefore that is what stops them from being able to be great. I hope Amram's attitude or ego, whatever you want to call it, clashes, and then they have fallouts. Yeah. I wish all of that. I'll never hide it. I pray on all downfall of Man United all day, every day. So I want it to go wrong. I don't want things to work. You know what I mean? It's mad. And you know what else is crazy as well, bro? You see, just touching on Rude, because obviously Rude is going to be taking over for the Chelsea game. And then I'm not sure how many games after that, but he'll at least be in charge for a week or 2, right?
Yeah.
Bro, ain't he supposed to leave when Ten Hag leaves? Because Ten Hag's the one who brought him in, you know. Ten Hag, like, technically, that's Ten Hag.
Apparently it wasn't Ten Hag. Apparently it was the board that brought him in.
Oh, is that the lies they're spreading now? Cal, it was Ten Hag. It was
Ten
Hag asked Rude to come in and coach underneath him and take the strikers and help him and whatnot. I'm telling you, bro. He let the man sleep on his couch, and now him and his wife are broken up. Man's dating his wife now. It's mad, bro.
What's this about who brought Rude in?
Ten Hag brought in Rude.
Yeah.
Let him sleep on his couch when he had nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
And now him and his girlfriend are broken up.
The board, the people are saying it's Ineos that brought him in. It wasn't Ten Hag.
I mean, if they want to spin that propaganda,
no, it's not a speed drift. Like, it was Ten Hag that it wasn't Ten Hag. It was the board.
This whole time I've heard it was Ten Hag.
From who? It's common knowledge that
I've been coming out of the club up until this point, and now he's gone. Now people want to say, "Oh no, the board brought him in." But look,
no, the board brought him in from the beginning. That's why everyone was saying from ages ago, like, Rude's going to be the interim or going to be the next manager.
Yeah, apparently it was the club.
That was just the obvious joke, because Rude is normally a first team coach.
No, it's facts. It's actually facts.
No, like, all the United people were saying it was brought in by Ineos, like the club, not actually him. And they kept on saying, like, this is so obvious what's going to happen because who's going to take over? Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, that's not what I heard, but I don't care.
You thought it was like a Colby Covington Masvidal thing, innit? You thought it's one of them.
I thought it was a Nicardi thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's mad. That one is mad. Tattooing next. Nah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Yeah, that's mad.
Yeah, I'm surprised Icardi's still breathing. But at the end of the day, it's mad whichever way you want to look at it. It's mad.
Fix my internet. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm upset. I'm upset, Cal. I'm upset that he's gone. I'm upset. It's a dark day, man. I feel like playing the Undertaker music.
Matt, are there any managers you definitely don't want to see go to Manchester United that could potentially go there?
Can you guys see me, by the way? Because my internet's moving, man.
You're good.
All right, cool. If I'm being honest, I don't really want to see Amram go there because I know he could still fail, but I still think he's a good manager. So I don't want to see him go there. I don't want to see what's his name go there. I don't think they would approach Alonso. There's the German coach, not too sure. Nagelsmann. I don't want to see them get Nagelsmann either. That's the other one. Because I got a funny feeling Nagelsmann could do something because he's a little bit of a hipster, so he kind of goes against what they've had already. Ten Hag was very like formal. Nagelsmann's a little bit different. So, but to be honest, Man United, unfortunately, this is football. Football goes round and round in cycles, isn't it? At some point, unfortunately for us, they will get better, innit? Unfortunately. It's just the way how it is. It's the same thing with Arsenal, innit? When Arsenal went through their troubles, and then obviously they got Arteta, and lo and behold, look where they are now. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, bad times don't last forever, innit?
Exactly. Even us, like, remember, we went through a real bad spell at one point, like, don't even remind people with the Hodgson thing.
Yeah.
And then obviously we shifted kind of like to Dalglish and that, and we won a little trophy, but it still wasn't right. And then, and then we done well under Rodgers, but we weren't really formidable other than the one season. But I just think with Man United, they're going to get better. So, yeah.
I hear it. Right. You mentioned Arsenal, Matt. So
yeah, my internet's moving mad. I don't know what's going on, peeps.
Let's jump back onto Liverpool and speak about Arsenal. Obviously,
I've got an imposter. Can you not see me? I don't know if you can even hear me.
We can see you and hear you, but it's
I'm 140p.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look worse than a camcorder version of a movie from 1984.
Yeah, you look like you're Pro V1.
Oh, wow. That bad.
Yeah.
No.
I did pay my bill. That's the killer.
Man looks like he's like Amstrad Commodore 64 level right now.
I don't know what's going on.
8-bit, 6-bit and that.
All right, give me 1 second. Let me see if I can fix it. Hold on. I've got another idea. Hold on.
Seven Fox, don't give a joke. Man said 2002 dial-up.
AOL. Them on there. Hold on, let's see if it fixes now. I'll just use the Ethernet. I don't know what's going on.
Do you remember the good old days when you could always hit and then you knew your phone was going to ring?
Hey, back in the day.
Remember them days?
1 second, guys. Let me see if I can just sort this. Give me 1 second.
Back onto Liverpool. I managed to catch some of the show last night. Big up to you both, and big up to Jamie, big up to Rams. How are you feeling a day removed, Drift, from Liverpool versus Arsenal?
Kind of feel the same, to be honest. Disappointed with the performance, but fine with the result. And even reflecting on it, even thinking about it for another 24 hours, I'm still thinking to myself, it wasn't a terrible result. It wasn't. I said before the game, and I'm not going to change my mind just because it was emotional during the game. Not losing away to your rivals is a good point. and then you just make sure you win your home game. That's what you do when you're playing your rivals. You just don't lose the away game and you win the home game. That's all, you know what I mean? You just do your best to make sure that's the situation.
Obviously, there's no guarantee you win the home game, but you're right. You avoid losing the away game and you try and go all in for the home game.
Mm.
Do you not think, though, that given Arsenal's situation going into the game, that Saka wasn't fully fit, Tim wasn't fully fit, no Saliba, who is their best centre back, Partey at right back, no Odegaard. Do you think that even in hindsight, we've probably missed an opportunity?
Yeah, it's definitely a missed opportunity. Definitely a missed opportunity. But I think people are making too much of all of that. And that was the reason why I never got dragged into it leading up to the game. I knew the only players that were going to be missing were Odegaard and Saliba. I knew Timber and Saka were going to play. And in all honesty, they were fit. Maybe not match fit, but they were fit. The way they were playing, what's his name went off with cramp, which happens when you haven't played for a couple of weeks. That's natural. He's not injured. He just went off with cramp, Timber. And
I don't
Saka...
think Timber's been out a couple of weeks.
Yeah, he's been out since the international break, isn't it? So he's been out for a few weeks.
When was Timber?
Last time Timber played was the
remember,
game before the international break. So a couple of weeks he was out. It wasn't a serious injury he had. It's just a couple of weeks he was out. And obviously,
I don't think they were fully fit, Drift. I think they're about 70 to 80%, and I think Arteta threw the dice.
They were match. They weren't match fit, but they were.
You don't lose match fit.
They played with. They didn't play like people who have got an injury. Like if you've got a hamstring injury, you're not sprinting around like Saka was.
No, I'm not saying he had the injury, but I still wouldn't say he was 100%.
Yeah,
he was 100%. He would have played the game.
Fully match fit. That's what I'm saying.
No, I wouldn't say match fit. I'd say like physically. I don't think he was 100% physically fit. Like you can be over an injury, but still not be physically 100%.
Well, if we're gonna do that, then Trent isn't fit. Do you get what I mean? Like Trent has been carrying the knocks in the international break.
Yeah, but I mean, Trent's been playing 90 minutes, so
with painkillers, Cal. Yeah, he's not fit.
Players,
he's not fully fit.
Most players play with painkillers, Drew.
No, but it's actually like public knowledge that if Bradley was fit, Trent would not be playing because Trent shouldn't be playing. Like
but
he's carrying an injury.
No, I hear you, but literally most players play with painkillers. Like that's not even a new thing anymore, which is it's not a good thing, but that's literally.
Yeah, but I know, but there are differences between niggles and you shouldn't be playing. And like from what we've been told, like Trent shouldn't be playing, but we have no choice, really.
Yeah, I suppose.
So I think him and Saka is the same then, isn't it? Like in terms of like fitness levels, if you want to put it like that.
I wouldn't say him and Saka are the same because he's been playing. So he's got to be at a level where he's even able to play. Saka's coming back for a hamstring injury. We all know how bad hamstring injuries can be. Obviously, this wasn't a grade like.
Yeah. It wasn't a bad injury. It was just a twinge, innit? So, but look, a lot's being made of the fact we didn't beat them because of them having their players missing, and I understand why. Yeah, McAllister. Remember, McAllister's got an abductor problem.
Yeah,
we've got players playing in our team that aren't fully fit. So I'm not really letting them do the Timber and Saka weren't fully fit. Look, they were on the pitch and they played. But the problem for me is that people are going too much into that in why they're assessing the game. If Arsenal are a good team, which they are, if Arsenal were title challengers, which they are, and if Arsenal have a good squad, which is what we're constantly told they have, then a few injuries or a few problems shouldn't mean that all of a sudden we have like sympathy for them or like it should just be a given to beat them. Matt, I said in the review I did in the review of the thing I did on my channel just before last season. Now that we can talk about it because you know it's not a banter thing, it's just a factual conversation. Newcastle, Man United, Liverpool, and Chelsea were decimated with injuries last season. Decimated throughout the course of the whole season. And Arsenal fans, as an example, because they're the ones now in this situation, didn't let anybody make an excuse about the injuries. They didn't. I remember when Man United, when Ten Hag was talking about his injuries, and everybody was like, come on, man, Ten Hag, you can't really do that. And Arsenal fans were part of that. Like, come on, man, let's allow that, man. You're just clutching at straws here. You're just crap. So now they're the ones who are getting injuries after 2 years of pretty much being injury-free. They just have to understand it's their turn in the cycle of what happens in football. We all know this happens. So where we had to get on with it last year, they got to get on with it now. That's just how it goes. We stayed in the title race, ironically, until our squad was fit. We were in the title race when we were decimated and we had all these injuries and people missing and shit. It was so ironic that when we got people back was when we fell off. So yeah, I don't really buy the injury situation. They beat us at the Emirates last year, and we didn't have some of our key players for that game. Like, they didn't give a shit; they just gloated about it. So I'm not gonna let them spin the narrative.
But we can feel surely, looking at how we were going into the game in terms of form and everything, the fact that they just lost to Bournemouth, they got a lucky win against Shakhtar. Surely we're looking at this thinking we should have done more. We should have approached the game differently. We should have done more.
Yeah, of course. But you got to remember, they're up for it. Those games there, they weren't motivated for them. We've seen when we go to Old Trafford to play Man United, as crap as they've been. Motivation is a very integral part of football, and big games get players up for it way more than they do other games. So they were always going to be up for this. Arteta has a PTSD with Liverpool. He's so motivated for this game. You see it whenever we play them. He's more animated than every other team. I don't even think I see him as animated when they play City, or maybe just like he really has like a thing about.
I'm just coming back. So, is there an argument to say we weren't up for it then?
No, I'm just saying that it was easier for them to be motivated because they felt sorry for themselves. They do have the injuries. They did that siege mentality in it, us against the world. And you know what they're like. They victimize themselves so badly. It's unbelievable. So they were and they were at home. If that game was at Anfield, and I know this is all if, buts, and maybes, but if that game was at Anfield, I think we crucify them. I genuinely do. And I think that is the big difference between home advantage when you play these big games. Home advantage becomes so crucial when you play these big games. And I think if that was at Anfield, but under the same circumstance, and as well, I know people are going to say it's all excuses. Even you lot might, but I don't care because sometimes facts are just facts. We had one less day to prepare from an away game in Europe, and this was an away game. Those things count. In elite sport, we can't just listen to fans who want to banter everyone and go, bare excuses, and all that like uneducated bantery. If you're looking at it from an actual logical, educated situation, sports science, all that, having 2 away games in the space of 3 days compared to them having 2 home games with an extra day to prepare is a massive difference when the margins are so small in football. It's a big difference. Do you know what I mean? Like we all know how small the margins of error are at this level. So there's a lot of factors that played into why our performance might have been the way it was, why their performance was the way theirs was, and everything around it. And at the end of the day, I still think a draw at the Emirates is a good result. Performance was not good, but the result was. And I've actually watched the game back, not the entire 90 minutes, but about 60 minutes of it, maybe forward in here and there. And we were quite good in the second half when you watch it back without the stress. Like, if you watch it back, we weren't actually that bad in the second half. We were actually all right. So yeah, like I said, man, performance weren't great, but I'm still all right with the result.
Matt, you were going to say something?
I actually agree with everything that Drew's saying. And it's not even to disagree with Drew, because I actually, again, I want to stress, I agree with what he's saying in terms of you have to factor in they are still a good team. They won't miss as many players as it was made out to be in the press. The press done that whole siege thing for Arsenal. Oh, look how many players they're missing. It's up to Liverpool, to scout them. And that is true. Here's where I just had the issue, because I've gone back and watched the whole 90 minutes. And just right, we did improve in the second half. The bit that still baffles me is Slot's quotes when he says, I was surprised how Arsenal were going to start or what they were going to do. When Arteta even said, I think after their game, he's like, we'll be flying against Liverpool. Like, he literally said it in a press conference, we'll be flying, no doubt about that. So it's kind of like the manager's galvanizing, knowing that you're going to get the players up for this game. I feel like, especially in the first half, we just didn't match them. We didn't want it enough. And it's quite surprising because we are Liverpool. We are a good team. But I just felt like we could have done a lot more. Now, Saka, I don't think was fully fit. Neither, was Timber. Obviously, missing Saliba, missing Odegaard. We was missing Jota and Alisson. But I just felt like tactically as well, especially in the first half, we got it all wrong. I felt like we waited so long to actually change anything. When I went back and watched the game, it was only really the second half when we started to make a few adjustments, and that was like moving Curtis Jones closer to midfield for build-up play and trying to overload them when they were trying to push us back with a 4. We turned it into a 5/ even a 6. But in the first half, they were very smart with their build-up play, and we didn't adapt in the game. And we always praise Slot for his in-game management, and I think, in my personal opinion, I think he got it wrong yesterday. And I think it's okay to admit that he did get it wrong. He was very, very late to adjust. But not only that, I think the players didn't show true character yesterday, in my opinion. I think some of them, like, I don't want to single people out.
We're gonna speak about Robbo in a bit.
Okay.
So,
but
yeah.
again, I will give credit to Arsenal because they are the home team, and that's what you'd expect. But we should know what we expect from us. And I felt we underperformed, and that's the most frustrating. I think if we gave it everything, absolutely everything, and don't be wrong, we got away with a point because we didn't actually we didn't play well at all, in my opinion. And we got away with a point. That's actually good. If you don't play well, you're away from home and you're against your title rivals, and you get a point, that's actually a good point. But just in hindsight, going into that game, I would almost say maybe I was overconfident and maybe a bit boisterous, but that's because I backed my team to do what I thought they were going to do and they didn't execute. But at the end of the day, this is football, isn't it? It's a learning curve for Slot, and I think he'll come under the same pressure against Man City. Man City don't play the same as Arsenal, but Man City press a certain way, and that's going to be another thing. Slot, have you got the answers for that? Like, are you gonna find a way how to get out of that press? These are the things where we're really gonna see what Slot is like in the real big games, especially Man City. But yeah,
for me, I may be by myself on an island here. I only think we'll know if this is a good draw after we play them at Anfield, because I hear everything you're saying, Drift, in terms of you don't lose away from home and you try and win at home. If I'm not mistaken, last few seasons, we haven't beaten Arsenal at home. We've been getting draws against them as well. And if we know anything, it's not the losses that kill us in seasons, it's the draws. The draws always kill us. So I think sometimes you do have to twist instead of stick when it comes to playing away from home. And I think going into the game, again, admittedly, I predicted a 2-2, but I predicted a 2-2 because I know sometimes we seem to play the occasion as opposed to the team. And I'll be honest, I think yesterday we were poor. I think that's the worst we've played all season. The first half was the worst first half I've seen from Liverpool in a while. Like, I thought we were absolutely terrible first half. Second half we improved, but I don't think we improved to the point where we were that good. I thought we had 2 very good moments in that half, and that was Trent's pass, Nunez's pass, and the finish. So 3, sorry. Apart from that, I don't think we created enough chances. We didn't threaten them enough. We didn't get in and about them. We were really lackluster yesterday and poor. And a lot's been made of Slot's tactics. I'll be honest, I actually think the tactical approach was the right thing to do, in the sense of, if you look at how Arsenal have conceded their goals so far this season, a lot has been from long balls over the top or long balls through the middle and getting their defense to turn and run back to their own goal. The issue I have with Slot, though, is you could see that wasn't working from the first 20 minutes, and we never changed it. We never changed it once. I can't sit here and think that Kelleher would continue to kick the ball long unless it was an instruction. We have seen Kelleher for years now play with the ball at his feet, and we've all made the argument that he's as good with as Alisson with the ball at his feet. I would even think he's better personally. So we can't use the narrative of, oh, we've got a backup goalkeeper who might not be as comfortable on the ball. We all know Kelleher's comfortable on the ball. We just kept on going long. And the fact that we stopped playing our game, especially given that the tactics weren't working, I have a massive issue with. And then obviously from the player standpoint, barring Ibu and Virgil, them lot, and sorry, Nunez as well, Salah in parts, them lot didn't look up for the game. Trent was in a shell. I know people are saying Trent was good defensively, but was he? Or was it just that Ibu was covering him all the time? Because there was a few times where I saw Trent out of position, or I saw Martinelli walk past Trent or knock it down the line and get the cross in, and it's his version of Ibu clearing it. That for me is not great defending. Robbo, we'll speak about in a minute.
Trent was all right defensively yesterday.
When you actually got, again, Matt, you've gone back and watched the game. I've watched the game back. Trent wasn't good defensively.
He was average.
He was
He
okay
was
defensively.
He played
was
very
all
well.
right.
Chelsea.
Even clearances yesterday.
He played
No,
very
but if we're gonna do that, then we have to flip it on the other side. Then we have to say Timber wasn't that great then, because when I
Timber's
watched
way
it back,
better than
but when I watched it back, Salah actually had him on toast quite a lot. Jamie was actually right, because when Jamie came in the post match and said it, everybody was kind of like, if you go back and watch it, there was quite a few times when Salah actually did have him on toast.
but don't. But
But,
that's
the narrative
Mm.
will be that genuinely he was good. So that's why I think it's a bit disingenuous if we say, generally speaking, Trent was good defensively. Like, he wasn't amazing or anything, like you said, but like, he wasn't bad at all.
He was just
like, he wasn't a
decent.
liability in any way or anything like that.
He was decent, but I would have said.
Do we agree though?
personally,
Ibu had to do way more than he should have.
Ibu was man of the match. I kept on
But the
saying.
system that we play normally is the situation regardless, though. That's just how we play.
It hasn't been this season. It hasn't
No,
been
but
this
of
season.
course it has. There's been games this season when Ibu's had to do that. When he covers that inside right channel because Trent is up the field or whatever.
I'm not saying he has
genuinely
to
does
stay to
that
the
all the
centre.
time.
Virgil does it for Robbo, but I see Virgil doing it a lot less for Robbo than Ibu has to do for Trent, especially yesterday. Trent in the Chelsea game, defensively, that was solid. That was fantastic. Yesterday,
Yeah, but we
Yeah,
played
Chelsea.
differently though. The setup was different for the Chelsea game.
but whatever Trent was doing yesterday wasn't working. Even his passing was awful
His
yesterday.
passing was poor. I agree.
we
His
lost a
passing-
lot of our
apart from the one pass through that
Mm.
got Nunes in,
Yeah.
and even that wasn't meant for Nunes. That was just Nunes using his intelligence and making a good run. So, and then Salah using his intelligence. That ball was actually for Salah. So apart from that pass, Trent didn't do anything good yesterday, in my opinion. Like, that
But
was
he
his
wasn't
only.
bad though. He wasn't great, but he wasn't bad.
Trent weren't good yesterday. Trent was not.
And
good
again,
yesterday.
Trent's carrying a knock. Like, we have
He
to
is, to
cut
be
him
fair,
some
he is,
slack.
he
We
is,
actually
he
have
is.
to cut him some slack. He's not fully fit. So we
The
have to cut him
midfield-
some slack.
The midfield was poor.
Yeah, the midfield was poor.
I don't know what. I don't know. I keep on saying this. Jones isn't a 10 anymore, not in this current setup. And if Mac's not fit, then he shouldn't play 10 either. Like, as much as we don't rate Szoboszlai at the moment, if he's not fit, to ask him to do the work of Szoboszlai when he's not fit is insane to me.
Matt looked
No, but Matt was
tired.
playing in the pivot yesterday.
Matt looked tired, bro.
Either way. But here's the thing. We weren't even really fully playing a pivot because Mac was having to push out to the left-hand side to help Robbo, basically hold Robbo's hand, because Robbo was...
I know.
If we say Salah had Timber on toast, and I don't know what Saka had with Robbo. Saka was literally throwing ones at Robbo all game. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, Robbo got smoked yesterday.
So
Again,
Robbo-
Robbo got absolutely smoked. yesterday.
Diaz as well. Like, I'm sorry,
Bro.
and look, I hate to even go overboard, but you see when like everyone was saying, "What are you saying about Diaz now?" I mean, this is why I don't get ahead of myself when it comes to stuff like this. Because
Nah, but that's not fair for when guys
Drift,
just
let
have
me land,
one
let me-
bad
bruv,
performance.
Let me land. It's not just one bad performance. He hasn't done a lot in the last few weeks. I'm not saying he's been rubbish, but he hasn't done much in the last few weeks. But again, when people turn around and go, "Oh, you see what we're saying about Luke?" Like, you see a game like yesterday, and I hate to do this because we know how great he was. But any top winger would look at yesterday and go, "What, Partey right back? I'm gonna deal with my man today. I'm gonna deal with my man." If we played McAllister at left back, what do you think Saka would do to him over the course of 90 minutes?
That's not the right comparison because Partey is quite athletic and strong. Like McAllister's just a nimble
This Partey is
technician.
an athletic drift. This version of Partey is not athletic. He's
Well,
strong.
to
he's not
be
athletic.
fair to him, he started the season really badly, but he actually looks like maybe it might have just been fitness because he actually hasn't been slow or whatever in the last, say, month or so. So maybe it was just like a bad start to the season. And he's way more athletic than McAllister, even Like, do you know what I mean? No matter which way that's one thing McAllister isn't athletic. So
He lacks
and
athleticism. He does.
and
That-
Partey was being very aggressive with Diaz yesterday, and he was getting away with a lot of naughty little dark art
But
fouls.
surely you
and stuff like
gotta adapt. Like, I get what you're saying, because first maybe 10 minutes you get caught off guard in terms of how someone's playing, but then after that, surely
I'm just
you
saying,
know what I mean?
I'm just saying, like, I don't want to do the whole referee thing because it is what it is, but I did notice a lot. Anytime he was even remotely aggressive, Partey would go down, ref would give it, but he wasn't doing it the other way around. So it was just a bit of a weird battle. Diaz didn't win the battle and he didn't have a good
But
game.
a lot of the time, that was Diaz nudging Partey in the back and all that. Like those are fouls.
No, it weren't even in the back sometimes. It would just be like a coming together and then Partey would just fall over and the ref would give it. And the free kick that they scored from, if you go back, it wasn't a foul.
It was a foul drift. He kicked
No,
it.
it wasn't. It was just a coming together. I rewound it 3 times to watch. I was like,
It wasn't on.
like,
It wasn't on coming to.
wasn't a
It wasn't on
foul.
purpose. Lucho went to clear the ball, and Partey got in his way to get the ball. But it's a foul. It's not a. It's not like he did it on purpose. It's a foul.
Partey, yeah, like Partey got in the way, as in no intention of getting to the ball. Just knew the ref would give him the free kick. It
But
weren't a foul.
But that's what footballers do. We've seen Mane and Salah do that and win penalties.
Right. It doesn't mean it's right just because they do it.
That's what you're meant to do. You're meant to gain advantage. That's like Salah and Mane.
No, there's a
difference.
difference. There's a difference between protecting the ball and just deliberately initiating contact, knowing you'll get a foul, but you technically ain't even got control of the ball. Like for me, you should only be given the foul in those circumstances when you've got the ball under control. When you don't have the ball under control, you're just like, it's just cheap. It's just a cheap free kick. But they were doing it all game.
So
we're doing it all
so say for
game.
example, a player's running through on goal and they knock it far ahead of themselves and the keeper takes them out. Are you saying because it's not under control, it's not a penalty?
No, but that's not the same thing. We're talking about protecting the ball in the middle of the field. If you get a free kick for protecting the ball and you've got it under control, then fair enough. But if the ball's loose, but you just throw yourself, and we've had this discussion before when I've said, I don't believe that a penalty should be given. You know, when there's a situation where there's somebody and the ball is right by their feet and they swing to kick it away. And if you paused it at the moment that their foot was back, they're actually the one most in control because the ball is closest to them. And then a striker just deliberately puts his foot in the way of the ball to be kicked and it goes down, and there's that penalty. For me, I've said this before, that's not a penalty for me. You've just thrown a piece of your body in the way to be kicked, but you in no way, shape or form were going to gain any advantage from what you did if the player didn't kick you and you didn't have the ball in any form of control. For me, that's not a foul. I think that's a rule in football that's wrong. I don't think that's a foul.
But he's made contact with Partey. He's kicked him. He's made contact.
It's a contact sport, bro.
Not like that, though. You can't just go around kicking people.
Lucho didn't even kick out, you know. If you go back and watch it, he didn't even kick out.
He still kicked him. He caught him, Drift.
He didn't kick him. He bumped into him, bro. He didn't kick him. They bumped into each other. His leg didn't swing or they bumped into it. Anyway, it's a no point to keep going on about. I'm just saying they did their dark arts and those little things I think were unsettling people like Diaz. Yes, he's got to step up to the challenge. I'm not giving him any excuses. But at the same time, I think I just think it's wrong if anyone who didn't perform well yesterday to be like judged on it when sometimes these things happen. Like you can just have bad games. Some players have bad games. Sometimes the team all plays badly. Like these things happen. So yeah, he had a bad game. But if people want to start spinning the narrative, I told you Diaz ain't good enough, then that's weird because Diaz has clearly been one of our better players.
You never said he wasn't good enough, but I'm saying you can't have it both ways. You can't big up a man when he's had a few good games, and then when people talk about him not having good games, say, it's only a bad game. Like, you can't have it both ways. It's got to be.
Of course you can. If he does this for 10 games in a row, then it will remain the point. But if he just has one bad game, bro, that's like agendas type thing. And people go, told you he's not good enough. It's like,
not just a bad game. He's having a bad game against someone who's not in their right position. I don't care if Partey's strong or whatever. The one time Diaz actually stood Partey up and acted like a winger, he got past him with ease.
Yeah,
got past him with ease.
That's the only thing he did.
Diaz couldn't have played better than he did. But at the end of the day, I did a lot of previews in the build up to the game, and every Arsenal fan told me that Partey has arguably been their player of the season, apart from
In
Saka.
midfield.
In midfield. They did say
No,
midfield.
just generally speaking, they were saying in terms of overall performances, he was the standout performer.
But he's
Apart
been
from
playing
Saka.
midfield is the point, though.
So he's having a good season.
That's the first time he's
playing
played right back
midfield.
all season, bro. That's the
But
honest
it's not the
truth.
first time he's played right back for the club, though.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
No, it
this
ain't even
season,
that foreign to him. So
I'm saying
yes,
this-
Diaz should have done better, but it's going too far to just go, some scrub was at right back. Man should have just cooked him up. It's like, the football don't work like that.
bro.
Football don't work like that.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is though, Luis Diaz has been getting applauded, and rightly so, for having a great start to the season.
Yeah.
But as of late, he hasn't done much. If you think about it, last 3-4 games, think about it. What has he done in the last 3-4 games?
Just because he hasn't scored.
No, I'm not, bro.
He's been quiet for the last few
He's been
games.
quite. Remember, Gakpo's even been playing because remember, Gakpo's actually been playing majority of games.
Yeah,
now.
but remember, Diaz played. Everyone said Gakpo should have played, and then Diaz had a wicked game. That was only like 2 games ago.
Bro, all I'm saying is, Drift, if I said to you before the game has started, Partey was at right back, you would have been like, Diaz got quick. Drift, we were talking during the game, and we both said, what is Diaz doing? This is Partey at right back, you know.
Yeah.
Partey is very good in midfield, 100%. But still, he's not the Partey of old, and Diaz should be doing way better than what he's doing now. And I don't understand why he didn't do that yesterday. Why didn't he take advantage? Do you know what I mean?
For the same reason we don't know why a lot of the players didn't play well yesterday. We just had a bad game. Shit
I
happens.
don't know why I'm lagging now as well. My computer's just having a mare today, people.
Let's move on to the next.
I'm upset we didn't play better, but I'm not going overboard. In terms
No, it's not about going overboard.
My assessment of individuals or everything in general. Like even when it comes to the manager, and I've seen people saying things. It's like, of course he's allowed to be criticised because nobody's above criticism. But I think people have got ahead of themselves because of how well we're playing, of thinking there aren't still going to be things that can go wrong. And everybody's it's the first time the man's ever been to the Emirates. It's the first time he's been in England. It's a lot of things are the first time for him and new for him. So there's going to be mistakes.
Of course, we're not saying there can't be mistakes, but when the mistakes happen, we're allowed to call it out.
Yeah,
but calling it out in a sensible way, not in an overreactive way. And I've seen some people being very overreactive in their criticism, and I just find it a little bit like, was you waiting to be angry or something? Because there are understandings that have to be had within.
I haven't seen that.
There are going to be people like that.
I personally haven't seen it. A lot of people have been saying we didn't play well, we'll take the point. Because we didn't play well, and we didn't play well. We didn't look like we really, really wanted it yesterday, and we got away with it. The performance, I think, is what really irked a lot of people. The performance. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And here's the thing: this is where you have to be fair, because everyone wants to bring up Slot's only been here for 4 months when something goes wrong, but they don't really bring it up when it's all been going right. And like you said, there's going to be mistakes, but we're allowed to call out these mistakes, and hopefully he learns from them. Because it's okay to give praise and it's okay to give criticism. It's about being fair. We can't just gloss over it and go, he's only been here for 4 months. Because we've been saying the same thing when he's been doing well. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, he's doing an amazing job. But unfortunately, yesterday, he made mistakes and so did the players. And that's all it is. Anyone going overboard, saying slot out or whatever, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't
know.
That's the madness. But that's how I'm looking at it. Anyway.
Slot out. Fucking hell, that would be ridiculous.
Well, I don't know. You're saying overboard. I'm trying to.
I've seen.
What do you see as overboard criticism, then, Drift? What can you give any examples of what people are saying?
An example would be when I see people saying things like, maybe we got it wrong and we just got it, and this was like a new manager bounce, and he isn't actually that good. When I'm seeing people say stuff like that, I'm like, really? Like that, you like one bad game in a game that you just think you should win, and that is what your assessment is going to be.
That's too far, man. That's like what?
And that's my point. That's why I'm not making a big deal of those people. I was just bringing it up as a point to say I just think that there's some people who have been going a bit overboard with their criticism of somebody who made a few mistakes yesterday. But at the end of the day, he's not been here for very long. And when you're saying about the praise thing, Matt, I think that's why the praise has been high, because it's very impressive to be doing it after only being here.
Facts.
So people have been factoring in how long he's been here. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just ask that same energy is kept when it goes wrong. Do you get what I mean? Because the same energy applies that, he hasn't been here for that long. So when you get happy at something because you can't believe it's happening, still remember that part when he goes wrong and don't just go all the way to the other side of like anger. It's like, well, no, you still have to factor in, these things are going to happen. There are going to be some teething problems. And like I said to you yesterday, Matt, I'm still struggling to understand why so many people are this level of angry when nobody thought Liverpool were good enough to be able to win the league or to be such a good team. But now that we are playing well, all of a sudden they're angry if we don't do things great.
Because expectations change. Expectations change.
But not the quality of the squad. If you didn't think the quality of the squad was good enough to be great, you can't 9 games into the season change so dramatically that now you're angry when things aren't going right.
You can.
Makes no sense.
Right.
No, you can, Drift, because then the context is you look at Arsenal's team going into that game and you say they're there for the taking. We all said it, they're there for the taking. So we can't then turn around. Let me land.
With that.
No, you can, but people are allowed to change their expectations and their thought process and all that.
No, of course you can, but you still have to do it in a level-headed way. Otherwise, it makes no sense.
So what's not?
It still has to be, because if you didn't think the squad was good enough, because you didn't think the players were good enough, even if they start to play well, you still in yourself should have that understanding of maybe we're punching above our weight because you didn't think the players were good enough. So if things go wrong at some point, you are supposed to have an understanding within yourself that they were going to go wrong because you yourself didn't think it was good enough in the first place.
Genuine question.
You can't get carried away with the fun and then act like you didn't have that feeling at the beginning. And now if something goes wrong, you're angry like at the beginning. You felt like it was good enough and you're disappointed now. It don't make sense.
So if that's the case, then if you shouldn't be making any excuses for these lot, then, because you predicted us to win the league, so you should be doubling down, saying no. I'm saying you should be more upset than me and Matt then, if that's the case.
Yeah, which is why I'm saying the fact that I'm not, because I'm having an understanding of the situation, is why when other people are going
Because
really
you're
angry,
adding context to it, right?
Yeah, and the context is if you felt that this team was less capable than I do, when something goes wrong, you should be less angry than I am. Obviously, everybody's different, but you get the point. Like, you should be less angry at the disappointment because you had lower expectations for the outcome. The person with the higher expectations should be the one who's the most annoyed. So people who had lower expectations being more angry is reactionary, and you should just you need to explain the context behind why you feel so justified in your anger level.
All right, can I say something quickly? I'm going to apply some context to what you just said. So what you're saying is, because you predicted Liverpool to win a title race, or sorry, to win the league.
Don't talk about me personally.
No, but you used yourself, so I'm just using you as an example. Or
because
whoever it is.
But yeah, go on.
Yeah. So you're saying no one can really be as annoyed as you or anybody else that predicted Liverpool to win the league, because this is what you guys thought. But for the people that didn't think Liverpool were going to win the league, shouldn't really be that annoyed at the situation. But here's where I kind of have to slightly disagree with that, though, because I don't think you need to believe that Liverpool were going to win the league to even win that game. Because taking expectation out of the way about the season results, this is one game. This one game was a good team, but they are wounded. They're missing arguably their 2 best players. That's the equivalent of Virgil van Dijk and Salah missing. If it was the other way around, Arsenal were in our position, they will be looking at us thinking they have a very good chance, better than ever, to beat us now that Virgil and Salah aren't there.
Of course.
Right? So that's context, bro. You don't have to believe Liverpool are going to win the league to think you can still beat Arsenal in a game of football. It's different if, for example, there's a run of games, because a run of games is going to affect an outcome. This is just one game when we're earlier on to the season, and you can see how each team have lined up so far. And so far, I look at that and go, forget title race. Just forget all the title race and everything. But game to game, Liverpool, in my opinion, were in a stronger position than Arsenal to win that game, or were in a better position that we would have thought we would have been in. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So so that's why you saying title race, I'm not even paying attention to that, if that makes sense, because it's like, just think of the game. Forget title race. Just think of the game.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I hear what
you get
you're
what I'm saying.
But to then add context on top of that, these are the favourites. So they're a good team, a very good team. So even if they're wounded, it doesn't just automatically make it a kind
But were
of.
they the favourites yesterday? All jokes aside, were they the favourites? I don't know the bookie stuff. Were they favourites?
I don't.
Yeah,
into that game?
they were the favourites in the bookies yesterday.
Okay.
There wasn't a lot in it, but they were the favourites for the game.
Can I say something to that though, Drift? Who do you think was more happy with a point yesterday, Liverpool or Arsenal?
Thinking about the way everybody was reacting after the game.
It's definitely
no. I don't know. I kind of seemed very split down the middle from like seeing both managers, some of the fans. Like it kind of seems split as to who is actually happier with it. Like it seemed quite split.
We were easily the happier with the draw, easily.
Going
into the game, if I'd said to you, who do you think would be more happy with a draw, Liverpool or Arsenal? Arsenal fans would have said them.
Because... No. But every Arsenal fan we spoke to said it's win or bust. Because they knew they
could, they never said no. Down. That's the difference between what they'd be happy with. They said it was win or bust, but they'd have accepted the draw more than Liverpool fans would have accepted the draw going into the game.
No, bro. Every Liverpool fan I spoke to said a draw.
Bro, because I said they were wounded.
No. Every fan I spoke to, who was an Arsenal fan, and every Liverpool fan I spoke to, it was actually the Liverpool fans that were saying a draw is a fine result. We're away. We stay 4 points ahead of them, and obviously we don't have a great record at the Emirates. And it was all the Arsenal fans that were saying we cannot not win this game. We have to draw back the lead that Man City and Liverpool have on us. We can't drop points in our home game, which is where we have our advantage. And if we don't win, we are the ones who come out of this worse off. Everybody said that leading up to the game. You're missing no Arsenal fans say
what I'm saying. You're missing what I'm saying. I'm not saying what Arsenal wanted. I'm saying what they would have been happy with given the circumstances that they were in. Going into that game, they knew there was no Odegaard.
It's the same thing, bro. Because the conversation was about.
Let me land. It's not the same thing, bro. If I was to say,
the conversation was about this,
bro, you're not letting me land. You're not letting me land, bro. Going into the game, Liverpool. If you'd ask, what do you want? Liverpool fans would say we want to win. Arsenal fans said we need a win. But a lot of Arsenal fans said, we don't know if we're going to get the win. So we'll probably take a draw going into the game, given that there's no Odegaard, there's no Saliba, and there's doubts over Saka and Timber. After the 90 minutes, considering they played us off the park in the first half, and we didn't create much in the second half, and they took the lead twice, they are going to feel more upset with a draw than Liverpool. That's all I'm saying. I think that's
the hindsight of the game.
That's all I'm saying.
No, but leading up to the game, what you're saying isn't true. They all said we have to win. I spoke to numerous amounts of Arsenal fans.
Did they expect to win or think they would win? There's two different things, bro.
Yeah. Cal, you interviewed James, and James said he thought they were going to win 2-0.
All right, so you're right. We interviewed three people.
No Arsenal fans said they weren't going to win the game.
We interviewed three people. What did Dan Potts say? What did Turkish say then?
Turkish said they have to win. We did the preview.
He didn't predict to win. This is my point.
But he said they have to win, though, bro. The mentality was they can't draw the game. They all knew they had to win that game. They weren't happy with a draw, bro. None of them were going to be happy with a draw. None of them. They had to win that game. That's what they all said to us. It was Liverpool fans saying, I'll take a draw. Yeah, man, the draw is cool.
We said we must, but we thought we'd lose. They
must have thought they would lose to themselves because it wasn't being said out loud. Because everybody we were speaking to said, no, we have to win.
We have to throw some gasoline in the fire. Shout out to all the people that said Endo couldn't make that pass. Do you think Endo can make that pass?
Shit,
this is towards the end of the game.
Any professional footballer
talk about thingy.
Apparently people are saying, it's kind of risky. Does that look like a risky pass to any of you guys?
No, most professional footballers should be able to make that pass.
Okay. This is remember.
Why?
Remember, that's a random one. Matt.
This is how you break up a fight. But anyway, Newcastle settings. Right. Newcastle settings. We could have won the game yesterday. Endo just doesn't play that ball.
Do you know what's mad? Even though you're
look at the space drift. Look at the fam. Look at the space. Look at the space.
Matt, you're right with what you're saying.
No, Drift, come on, just quickly.
No, but Matt, here's the crazy thing,
bro.
We've been doing watch-alongs all season, right? Drift, and at the beginning of the season, especially, I've been told by numerous people that I need to stop remembering how we played under Klopp. Because
Drift,
do you remember
don't
there's
do
been
this.
chances
I know what you're
like
gonna
this.
say. I know what you're
Matt, on
saying.
the real. There's been opportunities that have been similar to this throughout the whole season where we're not playing the pass, and I've been getting annoyed with it. And people kept telling me, "Nah, Drift, you got to redefine how you think now. We don't do this constantly, always going forward. That's not the way Slot wants to play."
I got what
do you
you're
get what I
saying.
mean? And you lot told me that like I've got to like
but Drift,
calm
can I
down and
say
be
this
annoyed
though?
about it.
Can I
So
say
this
this
is
though?
a perfect example of
No, but can I say this though? What
we
you're
were
saying,
we were winning those games for a start. We were winning those games.
Remember, all I'm saying is though, Drift, look
not
at this,
always, Cal.
If Endo plays that pass,
sorry to cut you, Matt. We have always been winning those games because a stat came out yesterday that apart from yesterday, we haven't scored a goal from the 76th minute onwards. So we've been winning all those games or losing a game, which was
I mean at the time I was
under no
annoyed about
pressure.
At the time I was annoyed about the pass not being played. We weren't always winning. It's the point. I mean, not that we didn't win the game. I mean, like it could have been 0-0.
No,
I'm
of
like,
course.
play the ball, and we're not.
Yeah,
and then everyone's like, no, Drift, calm down, man. It's the possession thing. This is what we're doing. And I've been the one more like annoyed at it. So this is kind of a continuation of what we've been doing.
Are you saying this Endo not making his passes on Slot, you think?
Not all on Slot, but I kind of think it is an instruction to not lose possession.
Drift, I'm gonna be real. This is why
nothing to do with Slot.
Bro, this is where the player takes it into his what's that phrase I'm looking for? Takes it upon himself to make that decision, innit? And in my opinion, you make that pass, bro. It don't matter. Listen,
but you know what? Even though
Drift,
you're right,
Drift, if the ball gets played too long,
I wish he played the ball, man. I 100% wish he played the ball.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to also
Newcastle Drift. You would have went if Nunes. All he has to do is put a bit of pace on it. You got Ben White. Now, Ben White isn't look like he's facing the right way. So at least Ben White is active. It would have been a race. It would have been a sprint. All I know, Ben White could have brought Nunes down, for example. The ball could have been overplayed. It's the fact that he didn't even attempt it. Bro, I'm telling you from now, in my heart of hearts, I feel like if Endo played that pass, the way Nunes was playing yesterday, even though he was tired, I think he runs onto that and he bags. I'm thinking Newcastle. These are the fine margins. These are the fine. And again,
at least that's the goalkeeper.
I think he tests the goalkeeper. And again, we don't know whether.
I agree. Yeah. I'm not saying I don't get where you're coming from. What I was trying to say is,
if that's McAllister,
I have an understanding of what Endo's mindset might have been in that situation, though, Matt, where he's literally been told you're coming on in the 88th minute to see out the game, keep possession when you can, and be defensive-minded, not forward-thinking. So in that moment, he's thinking, if I get this pass wrong and they counter-attack on us, I fucked up.
But
and
believe in yourself. He can make that pass.
But that's not a hard pass, though, Drift. If we're talking about higher than needle pass, then I get
that's a bit different. Then I agree.
No. It's not a hard pass, but there's definitely with two players around Nunes a possibility to lose possession, though.
All right, but hear this though, Drift. Hear this. Endo's under no pressure. Endo's not even under pressure.
Well, football's not, but things happen. What are you telling me in this situation that Nunes couldn't be tackled and then they counter-attack us?
Bro, I wish I could. Can I draw the line live?
But then that falls on Nunes. But bro, that's a simple. There's no one in front of him. The two defenders aren't even that close to Nunes. Like the margin for error is massive in the context of professional Premier League football.
I agree, and I wish he'd played the pass. But because he'd only been on the field 2 minutes, I think he's thinking it's more about possession and not losing than it is
Nunes is on as well. He's not even.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I think.
If Endo plays the pass,
Endo is thinking in that moment.
I get that's your drift.
That's just my opinion.
That's fair play. Fair play because he's saying something different, and you don't have to. It's not about who's right. It's just about. I
think that reason there is the reason why Slot doesn't fancy Endo playing for Liverpool. That's the situation right there.
Interesting.
Gravenberch makes that pass.
I don't
plays
think
that
it's
pass.
an attacking thing why he doesn't play him.
Shall I be real with you? And again, no shade on him. It's going to sound shady, but no shade on him. He probably gets the execution wrong with how his form is. So Bosley makes that pass as well. Elliott makes that pass.
Nah,
Jones makes that pass.
Soberslide just keeps dribbling.
Drift, I'll be real. Even if Soberslide messes it up, I think he attempts the pass though. I think he makes the pass.
Soberslide would have just carried the ball. He wouldn't have passed it. We've seen him a million times.
Hear what I'm saying? Even if
we've not seen him wrong,
I think he attempts the pass.
This situation here has been Soberslide numerous times this season.
But we've also seen Soberslide make passes that he's tried to make. Come on, Drift, man. You're being
What
disingenuous.
forward through ball passes
No,
like
we
that,
have,
bro?
come
No,
on.
we
Of course
haven't.
we have.
Remember the link-up
When?
play with McAllister? Was that against Leipzig?
Bruv, so
Yeah,
who
but
got
that wasn't a through ball. That was a rondo. That was
He
triangle.
got the
Oh,
assist for
hasn't he
Salah
got an
against Man
assist as
United.
well for Salah already earlier on in the season with a through
Yeah,
ball?
against
My
Man
guy, Matt.
United. Like, bruv, I'm not
That
saying
wasn't
he's.
a pass like this.
Bruv, Drift.
He played the ball. The ball came across him, and he just passed
No,
it
but
out
can I
wide.
just say
It wasn't
something?
a
Forget
pass
names.
like
Just
this.
forget names. Regardless, let's forget it's Endo. I'm just saying, it doesn't matter who the player is. I'm saying whoever is in that position there and you have the opportunity to win the game and you kind of realize, listen, that's not a hard pass. If it's a hard pass, I hear you guys and I'm going, yeah, fair play to you lot. It's a bit risky. Bruv, you just put some pace on the ball and make the ball just go straight. Listen, bro, if you overcook it, fair play, you overcook it, everyone gets back. Bro, it's going to be, in my opinion, it'll be hard for them to counter from there. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Matt, and I agree with you, and I wish he'd played the pass. I really wish he'd played the pass. I'm just trying to think what he's thinking in that moment of just literally only being on the field, and his instructions would have been, you're coming on to see this game out. Remember as well, and I'm not making excuses for Endo, but I'm just trying to think from his point of view. He already knows he's in the dark. He barely gets any minutes. He don't want to be the one who gave the ball away for the 3-2 defeat at the Emirates. Like, there's so many things in his mind that are going to be going through his mind that is why I believe he didn't play that pass. Because if you remember how it unfolded, if I'm not mistaken, Matt, he actually turned back on himself, stopped for a minute, and then just passed it down in it and kept possession.
If
that
that's
was
the
what
case,
he did.
if what you're saying is the case, then Drift, why is he so advanced up the pitch in the first place then?
Because obviously the fluidness of the football meant that he's still intelligent enough to get into that position. But then once he's there, he's thinking, shit.
He was intelligent enough to take up that position because he knew that's where the space would be, right? So he uses footballing IQ because everyone's saying he came on to keep things steady and ticking over, but he's just football IQ, knowing that right, I'm going to break the lines here and I'm actually going to get into a position where I can receive the ball without much pressure. Football IQ gave him that notion to do that, right?
Which is taking the pressure off our defense. Yeah.
So football IQ should have taken him to go the next step and go, let me play that pass through. So that's why I can't say that's
you're wrong. I'm saying you're wrong.
But I'm saying that can't be on the manager then, because the manager wouldn't have said to him, you be the most advanced midfielder. He's the most advanced midfielder there.
when I say it's on the manager, I'm not saying it's Slot's fault. What I'm saying is the instruction given has made him second guess making. Do you get what I mean? Making the pass, because in his mind, he's thinking, remember, he's only got a split second to make this pass as well. And in his mind, he's thinking, if I lose the ball, shit, I was brought on to do everything but lose the ball. Do you get my point? That's what I think's going through his mind, why he never played the pass. And everyone we're comparing to, it's true, they're an attacking player. So if they were brought on the field, they would probably think that was what they were brought on the field to do. Szoboszlai would have been brought on the field to try and create an attack.
Virgil van Dijk makes that pass if he's in that position.
I mean, I've never seen him in that position, so I don't know.
I've seen Virgil van Dijk at the halfway line against Bournemouth when we won the league, and he won the ball on the halfway line and he slotted Mane through. But
that would have been a much less pressure game. We're going to talk about the pressure of the game as well.
Bro. Virgil van Dijk in that position, Ibu in that position are two most defensive players on the pitch. They play that pass.
Look, you could be right. You could be right. And I tell you the main reason why I believe what I'm thinking is based on the situation. If we were losing 2-1, I think Endo plays that pass.
I don't need
if we were 2-1 down,
I
think Endo plays that pass.
Like you said, he's low on confidence, don't want to give the ball away. Don't know if he makes that pass.
I think he does. If we're chasing the game when we're 2-1 down, I think Endo makes that pass.
I don't know, man. Are we going to speak about Robbo or not?
Yeah, I'm going to have the super chats quickly and then.
Okay. Because I've got something for Robbo as well. Still, don't get it twisted.
Shout out to Jay says, if he leaves, what sporting player do you want?
Gyökeres.
If it's either Gyökeres or Hodgman for me.
He might. Man United managers always bring their players with them though, so we got to be worried he'll end up at Man United.
What they might flog Højlund and get.
Can you think of any Man United manager in the last decade? Van Gaal, Mourinho,
their boy them.
All bring the people they know with them.
Now. Different structure now, though, Drew.
I don't know, bro. In the summer, Ineos was in charge, and they let Ten Hag have everyone he wanted.
Yeah, true. But
I don't know, bro.
They've also sacked him now.
I
So,
don't know. I don't know.
Hey,
don't
Dallo
know.
got him sacked yesterday. Did you see what Dallo did?
Yeah.
I know Dallo said, for the greater of good, I have to do this. I have to. You know, bro, there's no way. Dallo, I hate to say it, he's too good of a player. He's one of Man United's best players. Dallo could hit that with his eyes closed. I know for a fact he said, you man, I'll take the hit. And just placed it over. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And I saw Saeed and them, man. They were like, oh my gosh. And then
I heard they confiscated the
biryani
biryani from my man.
again. You don't put your biryani away, man. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this manager. Put biryani.
Shout out to Sean, says, Cal,
Big
you were
up
face to
Spider,
face
the
with
man them.
Lee and you did not custard pie him. Shame on you. Firstly, Sean, bro, I could never be face to face with Lee unless I'm standing on a 10-foot ladder. But no, big up Lee, man. And I'll
Big
be
up
honest,
Lee, man. Lee's
I
a
want that,
serious
bro.
guy, you know.
Yeah, I don't.
No, I wouldn't even trouble Lee. And I'm a bit of a madman. I ain't troubling Lee. You mad? If I'm in trouble, I'm calling Lee.
Yeah, if I
understand.
really go into a situation where I have to fight Lee,
100%. If Lee's in the ends, I'm shouting, man.
I'd have to tap into
you know what I'm
every
saying?
single bit of training I've done over my life and pray to God it works. And even then, I'm still at a losing advantage. Like Jay said,
Bro.
Dallo missed a sitter to get him sacked like Stevie G. You
Bro,
know,
100. Remember, Gerard was almost worse.
Gerard
because
against
he looked over
Blackburn,
the bench and said, I have to do this.
Yeah. Gerard skied that penalty. He said, I'm done with
Have you ever seen Gerard sky a penalty in your life?
Not, he missed a penalty like that against Spurs where we drew 2-2 back in 5-6, I think. Yeah, Luis Garcia got the equalizer in that game. Eric Edmonds scored a long range in that game. And
oh my gosh, that's one of the greatest goals I've ever seen against us at Anfield.
Yeah. But in that game, Gerard missed a penalty.
How you remember that? Is bro? Yeah, your memory is elite, bro.
Mohammed said, if Alonso goes United, is Cal changing the name? Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'd have to in it. I'd have to.
Alonso ain't going United.
No, he shouldn't. You'd hope not. You'd absolutely hope not. You'll never walk alone. Says slot building from the back. Real Liverpool coming soon. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, it all depends on how he's backed as well, if I'm going to be honest, because he's not been backed well at all so far. So we'll see what happens there. Shout out to Jack of all spaces. Says hard to know if the tactics were bad when the players execute so poorly. Tactics don't explain Robbo, Trent, Maka, Diaz, Salah, etc. performances. No manager switches up after 20-30 minutes. I hear that, but if it's going really wrong, then you should switch it up in that quick rather than just continue.
Because I feel like Slot has made tactical tweaks. Like I want to say Chelsea game, maybe not as early as that, Jack, but still definitely made changes though earlier than what he did against Arsenal.
AM says Arsenal fans are hilarious. Imagine trying to run banter on a team that walked away with a draw in your ground. Is anyone running banter? I've not really been online.
Arsenal fans are trying to do the victim thing there because they're trying to say that Havertz goal should have stood, and it's like, bro.
Oh, there was 3 fouls in that.
There was one. Here's
the handball by Havertz and then a push in the back.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I think the one against Szoboszlai in a weird way wasn't. Szoboszlai doesn't even do anything. He just doesn't even jump. He's kind of like a bit afraid.
No, you're
to jump.
right, but you can't jump on a man's neck.
That is true. So that one's 50-50. But then the one against Ibu where he actually handballs and elbows him at the same time, and then not only that, he forearms Trent into the net. So I'm like. Even if you don't count the Szoboszlai one, there's 2 factors after that. It's crazy.
Yeah. I know, man. You'll never walk alone. Says, will we last season draw season with 3-4 players? Will we last the season with 3 or 4 players in the midfield? No, we need investment in the midfield. We absolutely do.
Yeah, we do. We still need a Zubimendi or whoever. We need.
I may even argue to say we might need 2 midfielders, but that's for another show. Jack of all space says, party done to Diaz what Gomez would have done to Saka.
Facts, Jack. Listen, big up Jack.
We'll get onto that. We'll get onto left back.
Yeah. Because that was a
thank you, Jack.
Bro.
Atana says, what was with the long balls? Build up was shocking. Agreed.
Broski. Slot was trying to buy us time by trying to think of a solution. And in my opinion, like I said, he got it wrong. He waited too long to change it, bro.
Honcho says, blowing 2 leads and still blaming the refs is mad. I mean, I don't get the ref blaming because I thought the ref was very lenient on some of the stuff that was happening to them. Like Gabriel, flipping out, Gabriel was basically like whining on Nunes and then got a foul for it. And then if anyone, I might be wrong here, but Gabriel actually got injured because he dived because Nunes was running behind him. He actually did the injury to himself. So I don't get this narrative that Anthony Taylor was being lenient and helpful to Liverpool.
Because they have to find an excuse rather than. Have you noticed there's one thing about Arsenal fans that's really, really surprising, and that is Arteta is never at fault. Like, I mean, never at fault. You can't have any bad word about Arteta at all. I remember we're not talking about a manager who's like achieved levels to have that. Like, if you said to me, Man City fans don't say anything bad about Guardiola, I'd be like, well, I get it.
Yeah.
Arteta ain't won nothing. What is the like protection of a man who ain't done shit? It's really bizarre. It's really bizarre. It's crazy.
Uncle
like
Rod,
he's achieved less in English football than Ten Hag. That's wild.
Shout out to Uncle Rod's. Guys, subscribe to Uncle Rod's channel. Not me. I've never rated Slot. I done told you already. He hasn't, to be fair. He did make that quite public.
He's been consistent. Uncle Rod's been consistent.
I disagree, Uncle Rod's, though. Dean says, all our gents, for me, I don't blame Slot that much, but the players for failing to execute the game plan. Also, horrible passing, decision-making, the lack of intensity, mostly on the players we're still on. Slot has to take at least 50% of the blame for me.
Yeah, Slot has to take blame as well. Has to.
Mohammed says no LFC player in the top 10. Ali's not even the top 10 goalkeepers. The club's PR is in the trenches. We have to win a title, Champions League, to get back our dignity. Yeah, we spoke about that this morning on the morning show. But again, it doesn't make sense.
They don't rate us for some reason. But whoever said that's kind of right.
Hold on.
We need to win something.
Hold on.
Yeah, you heard right, Drift.
Hold on. Ali isn't in the top 10 goalkeeper list.
No. Bro, we have no player in Ballon d'Or list. You know?
I told everyone from long time that all of that stuff is just like, it's like the Oscars and all that, where they just do what they want and it's just their own little weird committee bullshit. Like, yeah, fuck all that, man. Who cares about any of that shit?
Shout out to Alex says, I said it a week before, we can't lose the Arsenal game, and we didn't. Even if we played like crap, they had a better bench than us. Look it up. Yeah, I hear it. Jack of all spaces says Sobo agenda is brazy. Endo is not good on the ball. I'm not going to use that.
Endo is a B on the ball.
Yeah. Alex says,
hold on, is he a B or is he a bad B?
Behave, mate. Behave, yeah. Behave.
Alex says, Slot said we don't need risky passes, but if a player can be put through, you have to do it. Nunes burns them, man. Endo effed up. Simple as that, man. I agree.
I agree with that as well.
He should have played the pass.
Jack of all space says, Drift hates Sobo more than Matt hates EA.
Hey, that might be right, you know.
I don't hate Szoboszlai at all.
That might be right. Jack, you might be right still.
You hate the way he's playing. I think you're justified in being.
No, be real, Drift. Not hate is a strong word.
I do think you're harsher with Szoboszlai than you are with others.
Yeah, maybe because you've got high standards for someone who you think should be at a certain level. Because I'll be real, you're easily more frustrated with Szoboszlai than you are Endo, because you feel like Szoboszlai's ceiling is higher, so therefore the disappointment is higher. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's more frustrating. Whereas Endo, if he doesn't do something great, not only that, not as going to be as mad, innit?
Yeah, and not only that, I can actually, when a game is finished, based on the role he has in the team, I have more tangible reasons to not be as angry with Endo than I do with Szoboszlai, because lo and behold, I am the one who talks about his defensive work. And Matt, you can even say yourself, which is when I knew the tides had turned, when you went, nah, Drift, we can't be defending our number 10 for defensive work. I'm not having it. So, like, even you guys have said to me, Drift, stop talking about him doing
because
well.
There comes a time when it can't.
I was saying this back when you were defending Mane for his defensive work. I've been consistent with this when it comes to attacking.
But let's just, like, our memories aren't as good as yours. We'll stick to this season, bro.
How do you say that about Mane? I do remember. Right.
But you're acting like you guys ain't got good memories. I don't do that.
No. You can't do that. He did. Because whenever Mane would have a, say, insufficient game, you would always be like, but look how hard he worked for the team. And Cal would be
Yeah,
like,
you would, bro.
brother, we ain't got. Listen, I understand, but we're not here about hard work.
All right,
But
maybe I have a stronger appreciation of forwards helping out defending than others.
Fair play.
That might be true.
Fair play.
But what I'm saying with Endo is, for example, I'll finish watching a game, and even if I don't look at the stats, I will remember contributions Endo made defensively where I'm like, okay, he wasn't great, but I remember when he did that, and I remember when he did that. I'm watching games with Szoboszlai, and I'm giving Szoboszlai the same credit that Endo's getting because I'm seeing good defensive work, but he's not supposed to be defending. So where are the tangibles for me to defend him where it's the forward passing, the through balls, the assist, the goal?
I agree.
And that is why I get
Not
more
playing well
annoyed
at all.
with Szoboszlai than I do with Endo. I wouldn't even be harsh on Szoboszlai if he was a flat track bully. Let's say he kept getting goals and assists against your Bournemouths and your Southamptons as well, but he never turned up in the Arsenal or the City game. I still wouldn't even be harsh on him now because I'd be like, well, he's still doing something. How many goals and assists does Szoboszlai even have since he got here? It ain't much, is it?
No. He got 7 goals last year, you know. He got the same as Maka, believe it or not.
Did he actually get 7 goals last year?
Bro, last year is a bit of a skew because he started so well and then just nosedive.
Yeah.
But he got 7 goals last year, Drift. Same as Maka.
At least 4 or 5 of them must have been when he was playing well, though, innit?
100. Remember anyway, sorry, Cal, you're doing
You know what? He actually scored 2 blinding goals last season.
Remember he lost one last year.
Remember that bad boy goal he scored when Salah and Nunes won the ball back. I think Salah passed to Nunes. Nunes crossed it in, and then he hit like a really awkward volley. Like he controlled it and then
the half volley left foot.
That was a bad boy goal. And he was playing like shit at that.
It was actually 4 good goals he scored. He scored that one that you guys are saying. He scored against Southampton in the cup where he's sort of taken a touch out of his feet and just nestled it in bottom corner.
Yeah, that one was cold.
The Aston Villa running away from goal after a corner deflected, and he's hit on the half volley of his left foot going back across goal.
Yeah.
And
Cal, that was when he was playing well. I'm talking about when he was out of form.
The Leicester goal as well. The Leicester goal in the cup. He scored some very good goals last season.
But we just need, bro. Do you know what it is? Yeah. Let's say your passing's a bit funny or whatever, brother. Just give us some goals. You know, like that. Just give us something.
He should have had more goals today, but in this season. Sorry, but instead when the ball came across,
can I tell you what sums up Szoboszlai this season? The Man United when he should have scored.
Yeah, that's the worst thing I've seen.
Yeah.
That sums him up. That actually sums him up right now. But
the funny thing is, at that time, I don't think that was a Szoboszlai issue. I think the team were just getting really cocky because we were being so dominant.
No,
and I think that he thought he had the time to be cocky in that moment when he really should have just put his foot through it. And
it's a Szoboszlai problem. No one else is doing that apart from him.
I don't know, you know.
He's not really shooting, you know. That's what I know. He's low on confidence, though. He's not even shooting, bro.
We don't know what, and do you want to know what? As much as I criticize Szoboszlai, I want nothing more than this kid to start playing well because I've got no issue with him at all. When you lot come back me on that, I've got no issue with Szoboszlai.
You don't hate him, you just hate the way he's playing. You don't hate him. You hate the way he's playing. I do think you are harsh with him and others, though. I do, if I'm going to be.
But that's natural, though, because like there's different tolerances for different players, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
But at the same time, I back his defensive work more than others, so it evens out, I guess, to a degree.
Yeah, I hear it.
You know what I mean?
I actually thought he played well when he came on yesterday. He spanned Declan Rice. Declan should have got a yellow card for actually holding him back, but again, the referee.
Declan didn't even get a card, bro.
Yeah, of course.
This is what I'm saying. They were doing that all game. Cal, there was that one moment that we couldn't help laugh at, though.
Oh yeah, the half Hendo cross shot that never happened.
I don't know what it was.
Bro. It was whatless. It was whatless behavior.
Broski, people then were saying Naby Gate and all sorts.
Yeah, it's whatless behavior.
And the thing is, the position that he received the ball, he could have done everything but what he done.
Yeah, like, you take a touch out of your feet and shoot.
Yeah, or take a touch and make a better putt. Anything. He could have done anything but what he did. It was so weird.
D&J says Dallo did that Gerard Roy Hodgson. Yeah, we spoke about that. Fact.
Yeah, he did.
I did what he had to do, man. Mohammed says it's even worse. We have 0 players in the top 30. What? Yeah, I know.
It don't make no sense.
Yeah, we spoke about it this morning.
Not even Mo.
No one, bro.
No one. Not Virgil. Not Mo. Not Ali. No one. No one from Liverpool.
No one.
Apparently, are in the best. Like we're just not good. None of our players are good.
No. There's somebody even this out for me by telling me what Premier League players did make it.
Oh, we'd have to go through the list. I'll get out there.
Off the top of my head, Foden, Rice,
Saka,
Saka, Rodri, obviously, who's won it.
Cole Palmer, Haaland.
Yeah.
The players who played well last season did.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a
Well,
controversy.
Apparently, we had no players that played well. Like
but
Virgil.
players I like
This
like
is what I'm
Danny,
saying.
like my Danny Olmo got in, for example.
Olmo got in.
So
Man
yeah,
won.
exactly.
Man won the what was it? The World Cup.
Euros.
Sorry, Euros. Man won the Euros, and they just said, "Yep, we're putting you in." Hey, Nico Williams, you only scored 7 goals in the league. That right, we'll bump that because you won it. You won the Euros. We'll put you in there as well.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's mad.
Mohammed said, actually, we have Mamardashvili in the top 10 goalkeepers. Yeah, we do actually.
Hey, bad
Hold
boy.
on. Hummels was in top 30 and Virgil wasn't.
Hummels had a good season last season.
No, but so did Virgil.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm just saying Hummels did have a good season last season.
Was Gabriel in there?
I don't think
Hummels
Virgil
didn't
should
have
be
a top 30.
The slab merchant was in there as well. The slab merchant, Diaz there, innit?
Diaz had a good season as well, to be fair to him.
He weren't better than Kanji, just saying.
No, he wasn't better than Virgil either. But
Was
you
a
know,
Kanji in the top 30, Matt?
No.
I don't think he was. Bro, they don't respect. Bro, I'm telling you, for when Diaz is there.
Don't pay any attention to it. It's just the popularity, who
Fact.
you know.
But it just goes to show you what the
Although
world,
I do
what the
think the right
footballing
person
world
won.
think of Liverpool, though.
I do think the right person won because I thought Vinny would get it. Rodri should be winning that.
I understand why he won it. Yeah, I understand.
So can I.
Rodri,
Yeah, I can
Rodri
understand
had
that
to
as well.
win that. Official AMD speak says Slot set the team up wrong in the initial start, but second half was better. A draw at the Emirates is okay at this stage, especially if we keep on progressing. That's why I said I think we'll only know how good or bad this result is in a few months
on
time.
down the line, yeah.
Also going to say smash the like people ratio is mad. Big up yourself, and please do smash that like people. AM says, by the way, thoughts on the Classico, man. Them not seeing the goals, I've only seen the results. Matt, obviously, you watched the game.
Matt's the best person to ask because Matt.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I have to hold my hands up. Mbappe had the worst game I've actually ever seen. Bro, he had, I think,
I got rushed for my
3-1
opinions on Kylian still.
I want to say 3 1-on-1s that he had, maybe. Caught offside many times as well. He had it. Now the occasion got to Mbappe. And that's why when I kept on saying to people, you lot don't give Bellingham enough credit. Bellingham might not be the techie play. Bellingham's not techie, but Bellingham's mentality is better than Mbappe's, you know? I'll be real with you.
We kind of always said that, though, man.
Bellingham's best attribute is his mentality. Bro, Bellingham
yeah.
won El Clasico last year. Mbappe could have won. I say won. Mbappe could have done some serious damage.
All I'm saying, I got rushed by someone who's on the screen next to the Kopish logo, and I got rushed by someone at the bottom of the screen for some of my opinions on Mbappe. But I ain't gonna.
No, but you said Mbappe wasn't top 10. That was still
let's not do that. Let's not do that.
It was still
at the time. I stand by that, and I've also said,
bro, because
I also said I don't think Mbappe works at Real Madrid.
No, but I agreed with you on that.
Yeah, and you've also said what Liverpool you get to get Ugarte. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, bro, it happens.
Wow.
It happens.
Oh yeah,
no, we all do it. We all do it, though.
I see it. I know this is hurting you the most.
No, I'm just saying we all make mistakes. No, we all make mistakes.
No, this hurting you the most,
bro. We all make.
When you lash out in anger like that, I know it's hurting you the most.
Listen, do you know why we all make mistakes? I said Timo Werner. Drift said Anthony. You said Ugarte. We all make mistakes, bro.
Ugarte is the only one so far who you can't throw in the mistake category. The other two you can. You got to give Ugarte longer than a few games. Sure.
Bro, Ugarte is trash, bro.
Big up Luke in the chat anyway, man. Sweet.
What? Who's that? I don't even know that is, bro. What? I know that, bro. Now, but I said...
You don't know
I said on my own stream, I said, listen, people forgive me. I had a howler.
Big up Luke, brother. If you come at one of us from the MMA side, we all come out of the woodwork.
I'm going to be real. Matt's Wi-Fi is the one where I will honestly say, just forget about him. I don't know. It's just a howler.
But you know why I won't mention Matt's Wi-Fi yet? Because it's still early in the season.
Nah, bro, do you know what it is? I can tell already that he hasn't picked up the pace of the league, and he looks like behind. Maybe he hasn't picked up the pace, but he just looks behind schedule.
But neither did Jorginho at first, and Jorginho.
Nah, bro, I've seen enough. He just doesn't look.
I'm not gonna write off.
But sometimes you have to be honest. Even if it turns out to be good,
No,
he
hasn't
wasn't
started well,
Liverpool
but-
level though. I think that's what I got it confused. He
Okay.
could turn out to be a good player,
you
but he weren't
Liverpool.
Liverpool level. Bro.
Guys, let
You're
me
moving
ask you
wild
a
with that.
question. Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
are we in a situation where one or two things can happen or can be true? So the first one I'll ask you is, the glitz and the glamour around Mbappe has blinded people a little bit to maybe overrating what they think his accomplishments and his achievements could become. So basically, he's like a 10 out of 10 chick, but that personality just don't work.
Stinks.
You know what? I know this is going to seem like I'm being very like
teeth,
liberty saying
never
this,
brushes
but
her
like,
teeth.
like there's
She's
got to be a
veneers.
reason.
She's got veneers, but never brushes her teeth. That morning breath pong.
Nasty.
Like there has to be a
That's
reason why
stinks.
J-Lo's never been able to hold the relationship. There has to be a reason, right? Has to be.
I mean, she's not picked very well, but that's a different.
It doesn't matter though, bro. Everyone in the world will probably say she's top 5 best looking women ever, and she can't keep a relationship.
Never top 5.
I think most people will put J-Lo in there.
No, but
5.
on
Of all
low
time.
averages, what J-Lo from even when she was at her best, and even now she looks good though. Come on.
Yeah.
So
J-Lo,
the point I'm making is
beautiful,
that
bro.
Mbappe
Not about top 5, but
possibly,
I know
though?
what drift means though.
Yeah,
Like she, do you know what I'm trying to say?
beautiful.
So basically, could Mbappe work out to be a J-Lo? That's the first question. And the second
Yeah.
question is, if Real Madrid want to get the best out of him, do
Mhm.
they have to move on Vinny? Because who's
No.
worth
No.
a match? Who is worth them taking the L on more?
Mbappe.
Because
was a
they
free.
aren't going to be able to play
They'll-
together, I don't
No.
think.
All right, here's
Mbappe
the
was
thing.
on a free, and you can sell Mbappe for a good amount of money. Vinny's the
Yeah,
best left winger in world
They
football.
would
right?
sell Mbappe, but here's the thing.
Okay.
With the whole Mbappe story, I do think it's a little early. You got to remember, it's his first season. I think expectations were always going to be out of this world. I think everyone's expecting to hit bag for like 40 goals in Real Madrid because it's a Farmers League, X, Y, Z, rare tear, but it hasn't happened that way. I think Mbappe will improve. Will he hit the heights maybe that people are expecting, like myself? I'm not too sure yet. Do I think he could maybe win La Liga? Yes, if it's not this year, next year, whatever. Can he win the Champions League in Real Madrid? I still think that's still a possibility as well. I think it is very, very early. Like, remember, this is 10, 12 games into his first season. Even at Liverpool with our own players, like we will, proceed with caution, so to speak. So I think we just got to give him time. Do you know what I mean? I think the expectations for Mbappe are so high though, because I'm gonna be real. When you've won a World Cup, when you've won your domestic league, how many times, and you win literally every other trophy other than the Champions League, the expectations are going to be there for you, innit? Do you know what I'm trying to say? More so than other people. So you have to. Criticism is fair, but I think we've also got to give him time and see what he does, though, innit?
One thing I will ask you, Matt, because you've been watching Real Madrid way more than anyone else.
Yeah.
Is Mbappe being offside all the time possibly due to other players not being on his wavelength? Can we keep blaming him? Is it he's not getting the ball quick enough?
Well,
like what could be because if a player of this level is still being offside all the time, could it possibly be that it is the people around him more so than him?
No, it's particularly
I rate
highlighted.
you, Jiffy. I'm not gonna lie. You're a sick lawyer, bro.
It's particularly highlighted because Barcelona done what Brighton did.
You are
so
sick.
In the last game in El Clasico, that was just them playing a high line and Mbappe not understanding, innit? Do you get what I'm trying to say? So, in my honest opinion, the offside merchant is a little bit. That's a term I think used too loosely. It's too loosely. That's just because of one game. That's like me now saying. Like, I'll give you an example.
Brilliant.
An offside merchant, shall we say, is someone that would have to have done it for a long time and has had that tag because throughout maybe the season,
Adebayor is known as the Premier League's most like offside.
Mbappe's had 12 games, and in that game, he was caught offside the most, I believe, in anybody.
Yeah, someone said 8 times in one game is actually
yeah. But they done it to Vinny, everybody. I'm gonna say this though. There's other players in world football that probably would have got caught offside because Barcelona's offside trap was mad. I'm not gonna lie, and I was actually questioning it, saying they can't sustain this for the whole game, and they actually did. Fair play to Barca. A lot of people would have caught offside though. A lot of people. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Not just him. I think because it's a El Clasico, it's heightened, isn't it? Because it's Mbappe. But Vinny Jr. was caught offside. Bare people caught offside. Do you know what I mean? Like Morata's an offside merchant. Do you get what I'm trying to say? There's people that think Nunes is an offside merchant. People always say always offside. you get what I'm trying to say?
No. But the wickedest thing is, bro, is there's like a stat going around as well that says already this season Mbappe's been offside 17 times this season.
But we can all do
After
stats
8 games. I'm not gonna lie, 17 offsides
Bro.
after 8 games. He's building a
But
reputation.
I could go get a stat. I'll give you an example for Nunes for last season. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
but that's the point. But that's the point.
The fastest strikers are
can
normally
he
caught
be-
offside. Would you?
That's the
Am I lying?
That's the point. That's the point.
This is what I'm saying. Look, if I ever got caught for a crime, I know who my lawyer is, in it, because I know I'm good. I know I'll do a couple months max, no matter how bad the crime is. I'll get off. Jack of all space says Matt talking about missed chances, self-aware.
Oh my god! Already,
Jack. Not again, man. Not again. The fight's already signed. The fight's already signed.
It's signed this week, Jack. We'll sort it out this week, bro.
Official MD speak says Drift is Johnny Cochran after that Mbappe defense. Rate it. Facts. He's the GOAT. Drift's the GOAT when it comes to this lawyer thing. I've got 100%. A law degree. I see no one do that.
I find it mad though. Like, I do find it mad that the general consensus about Mbappe is a bit thing, but women. It's got to suit agendas in it.
Big up to Rack as always, saying hi, bro. Massive super chat. United, go.
Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that, bro.
Appreciate you. Brother. This is for you.
So 1 second, guys. 1 second.
Big up Rack, appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Time, man.
Right. Obviously, we've touched on this Robbo drift, and more particularly the left back situation. Now, going into the game, I think Joe Gomez should have started the game because I knew Saka would play, and I think last season Joe Gomez dealt with Saka really well, especially the fact that Saka does like to cut in on his left side. That would obviously be cutting into Joe Gomez's stronger side, just like Timber playing at left back to combat Salah. Obviously didn't do that. Robbo started, and within 10 minutes, Saka had him on toast, and then it got worse and worse. We've been speaking about centre midfield. We've spoken about left centre back. I came out and said a few times now that I wanted a centre back, a left-footed centre back who can play left back. I said I think Robbo will be all right for this season, and then we address it in the summer. Do you think we need to address this sooner rather than later? And does Robbo need to, from now, become a squad player as opposed to a guaranteed start, in your opinion?
I do think he needs to be a squad player. I don't even remember at the beginning of the season. I was a very strong advocate for Tsimikas being our left back this year.
Or starting, we said it.
Do you get what I mean? So I'm not doing the revisionism or anything like that. I do think people are going too far when they say we should sell him. I think that's too far. I still think Robbo has a lot to offer. He just can't play week in, week out, and he can't be the main guy anymore. But I don't believe that he should just be gotten rid of. I think we can't underestimate just how much he brings behind the scenes, what he means to the dressing room as well. And he is only 30. So I know in Klopp years, that's way older. But it isn't.
In Klopp years, he's 62.
Yeah, he is. But I still don't think that it's time to take him around the back of the shed and put him out of his misery, so to speak.
No, not saying that. That's
no, but people saying get rid of him now is like there's people saying sell him in January. Like I just think like right, no. Like you know when you're just so angry at the result that you just take things too
that's
far?
A bit harsh.
And one thing I will say
is it harsh though, Drift? Because could you not argue Tsimikas isn't really fancied by the manager, and I don't think Tsimikas. Look, our ambition is to win the league and the Champions League, right?
Mm.
Now, sometimes in a squad, in a team, you can look at a few players and go, that man was in the title-winning team, like as a regular. That's a bit weird. When it comes to fullbacks nowadays and how important they are to the game, though, could you not argue that we have moved on past Robbo and Tsimikas, and do we not have to really address that and just bite the bullet now? Because we want to win leagues and Champions Leagues, and respectfully, I don't know if those two guys are the guys to get us there anymore.
No, I think they are. I think they are, but I just think we could definitely upgrade on them. Like, I'm still not giving up on Tsimikas. I think when he plays week in, week out and gets rhythm, he's a brilliant left back. I'm not giving up on Tsimikas. I'm not. Robbo, I think, can definitely be a good squad player. But what people need to add into the context of why they're so annoyed from yesterday is, if Saka is this all-conquering right winger, which we're told he is, then like, he's going to be skinning up most fullbacks, right? He's their best player in terms of the production. So he must be doing that to wingers on a regular basis, week in, week out, right? I'm told by the Arsenal fans that he's consistent and his numbers back that up. So he must be doing that regularly to most people, most fullbacks. So I don't really think Robbo can be judged just on what happened to him yesterday against Saka, even though he had an absolute
Oh, we're not though, Drift.
But he ain't having that bad of a season.
Robert's declining, bro. Robert's declining.
No, he's definitely declining. But I don't think up until yesterday, anybody would have said Robbo's having a shocking season.
Madueke.
But Madueke is another very tricky, pacey winger who's having a good season.
No, he's not. Ask the Chelsea fans.
Matt, I know you hate
No. Drift. Ask Lewis. Wait, bro. Ask all of them. He's had that one hat trick, and that's it. He's gone quiet. No,
Chelsea fans like Madueke. He's having a good season.
No, bro, they say he's improved. They say he's improved.
Bro, I'm telling you from now, Chelsea fans are not raving about Madueke. They're not talking about him like he's someone that you have to be careful about. Madueke, in my opinion, is just a decent Premier League winger. He's nothing that you should be scared about. Robbo done a spinneroonie 2 games in a row, bro. Madueke, then Saka.
So you don't think Madueke's got this type of ability to, even if his product overall doesn't look good in terms of his output, in a moment during a game, skin a man up?
Bro, I've seen, bro. Come on, Nate, bro. Can I tell you something? Let me say this. Madueke hasn't done anything to any other defender in any of the top teams that I've seen so far. I've seen him play well. Maybe not the Spinneroonie level what you're talking about. But this is what we're talking. Him playing well and taking. Bro, if you're losing your marker, but let me say this here because I don't. When I say this, this is me kind of like not trying to be disrespectful to Robert. It's more realizing that it's a sad day that he is declining in front of our eyes, and I want to show you lot something. Yeah.
So do you believe he's not good enough to be in the squad, Matt?
This was at 9 minutes, guys. Yeah? Benwatt has the ball. I need you lot to look at Virgil's body positioning, Ibu's and Trent's, and now look at Robbo's. Robbo is what you do when you're practically a child. He's flat-footed looking at the ball. Broski, surely your body language, you should be able to see Saka as well. Do you know how bad this looks, bro? This is our best left back that we've had for a minute, bro. Robbo will go down.
Bad moment.
Hear what I'm saying to you. Robbo hasn't even looked at the line. I couldn't bother to go and get the other clip, but Robbo didn't even look at the line either. Because Ibu's played. I drew the line as best as I could. Yeah. Saka would have been onside even if Robbo stepped up. So all Robbo had to do was concede pitch, bro. Just drop back and deal with that. Bro, he's caught so square on, bro. Even Van Dijk's positioning. I know people are saying, oh, Van Dijk didn't help him. But, bro, Van Dijk should be thinking, Robbo, you've got this, bro. Van Dijk shouldn't need to run from where he is to go and help Robbo. Because then Van Dijk's leaving a massive space in the middle.
You know what, Matt? The only reason why what you're saying I don't think matters in terms of the context of how the actual goal was scored is Robbo got back. That was the part where he made the mistake when he was just an idiot and he ran straight past.
Agreed.
Him.
But
he never really got lost in the move.
But what I'm saying is you cut it out from the source.
Right, yeah, if his body position's right, he runs into that and just clears it.
Bro, even if he drops back a bit.
No, I agree with
he sees the ball being played and then he goes to win the ball in the air, so to speak. Bro, what I'm saying is this. His error of judgment was really, really poor. And you don't expect that from Robbo. We expect that more from Trent. That's the killer. And you know what? There's more clips that I've got that I won't use today, but Arsenal attacked our left side from this one moment. They said, oh, Robbo's not on it. Do you remember how many times Saka kept on getting the ball at one moment? Like they were testing to see how, like, if Robbo was Robbo.
They were always going to do that, though.
No, I know. But don't get me wrong. Robbo did improve a bit, but Broski, there is a conversation, And I said before ball was kicked, before everyone can vouch for this. Shout out to everyone that was on Big Up. I said Joe Gomez should be starting today.
Yeah.
I even said, and even in the preview, I said I'd rather Tsimikas or Joe Gomez. I said I'm not comfortable with Robbo because I think Saka's gonna play. You know, that's what I said.
All I know is he's good enough to still be a squad backup.
Yeah,
player.
of course he is, Drift. No, to be a squad player, I agree with you. But you've seen the big games,
think
Drift.
it's too far to say that he's.
Can I put you both on the spot here? Sorry
get
to
rid
cut
of
you.
him.
Man. Can I put Andrew? Sorry to cut you as well. Can I put you both on the spot here? If I was to say to you, Alphonso Davies is coming in the summer. I'm not saying he's everyone's cup of tea, but the general consensus he's a very good left back, and most teams want him. So I'm just going to use him as an example. Let's say he's the one coming in, but I'm telling you right now, one of Robbo or Tsimikas has to go. Which one out of the two are you getting rid of and why?
I gotta be honest, Cal. I don't want Alphonso Davies.
Say that again, sorry, Cal. What was it, Cal?
Cal's froze.
For a minute, I thought it's my internet. I was thinking, if Drifty don't speak, I'm done.
No, I think it's,
What did he say though, Drift? What did he say?
He asked who would you replace Davis with in the squad, Robbo or Tsimikas?
I hate to say it. If we had to lose one, it would probably be Robbo. I actually think Tsimikas is probably.
But when you say that, are you thinking overall? Because Robbo's the one that I think would be more okay with being on the bench. Because Tsimikas is going to get to a point where he's going to be like, I need a career back. But what's Tsimikas? Maybe about 28 now. He can't keep being on the bench.
But my thought process, though, is,
you know what I mean?
I hate to say this, but I think as things stand, Tsimikas actually should be Liverpool. In fact, Tsimikas isn't even the true answer, right? If we're talking who's best suited for Liverpool left back right now, it's actually probably Joe Gomez. And it's going to take away a lot from our game in terms of overlapping and stuff. But remember what Joe Gomez done last season?
Oh, yes.
But I'll say this, Tsimikas and Gomez are probably they're in better shape than Robbo, bro. Robbo just seems like you can tell he's lost a yard, and because he's lost a yard, it's making him think differently and him acting out because he's realizing he's not as quick as he used to. And as a defender, when your legs start to go, it's a different thing to an attacker because you can adjust and you don't have to be as quick. You can be just smarter. As a defender, bro, Gary Neville said it. He just kind of knew, like, when the legs started to go, he kind of knew he was in trouble. And anytime, here's the thing, Robbo, I reckon, in this split second thought, oh, flip, I'm square-footed. In this one split, half a second, I thought, I'm done it. He already knew he was done. You see him chasing back. I wish I could show the thing. Because Robbo does well to kind of get back. But do you know what makes it even worse, Drift? Everybody in the stadium, ourselves, everyone on Big Up, Cal watching with AFTV, knew what Saka were going to do next. He wasn't going to fizz it across because there was no one there. And even if he did, it's like a hit and hope. Hopefully someone just miraculously just runs in there, Martinelli. But look where Martinelli is. Even if Martinelli sprints, he might have a chance. But it's a hit and hope thing, right?
Ibu's there.
Gross, yeah. But here's the joke. He cut inside. We all knew he was going to cut inside. It's the same thing that we saw
all he does is a one-trick pony,
bro. Hudson-Odoi done the same thing to Conor Bradley.
Pony. He's not a one-trick pony.
He is a one-trick pony.
No, hear what I'm about to say, though. What's frustrating is it's the Nottingham Forest team. Every man knew what Hudson-Odoi was going to do. Cut inside and bang. Everyone knew Saka was going to cut inside and bang. Why didn't Robbo just, as he started to caught up, slow down, Robbo, he's going to cut inside. Just hold that position.
Yeah. I don't know why he kept running. I don't know why he kept
fully
running.
Committed, like he saw someone off the pitch and was going to give someone a high five or something, bro.
It was a proper schoolboy error. It was a
and it's like, bro, we can't.
I'll be honest with you guys. You know, Robbo's getting targeted probably more than Trent nowadays.
Yes, I've been broski. It's mad.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but I definitely know that he's on the decline. That's clear. He's on the decline.
It's sad to see, bro, because he's a legend, bro. Robbo's
you said you'd keep him around for being a squad player. Why is it against us as Liverpool fans to say, we might as well just sell him? Not with any malice or anything, but why can't we sell Robbo? Why is he beyond sellable?
No. He's not beyond sellable. I just think that you have to keep players around who have winning mentality when you do want the squad to be that level. So
I'm not saying, by the way, we should sell him either. I'm just putting the question.
I also believe that it's time for Tsimikas to either start every game or just move on and have a career. He can't just keep being back up to Liverpool every season, year after year after year. And I think that I'm conditioned in it. We get more money for Tsimikas as well if he goes, and we know we've always got to think about the budget and all that shit. So I think it's good to have some of the old guard around. I think when you're trying to build a squad, especially under a new manager, because it's not Klopp anymore, it's Slot. The Slot is going to need some generals around while he's getting.
You're
shit
right.
done.
I agree with you.
But I think your Virgils and your Tsimikas, your Virgils and your Robbo, are very important to the dressing room, while Slot is also adapting and learning and becoming who he needs to be. The people who I know this sounds really harsh, but the people like Tsimikas, they're kind of cannon fodder in this scenario, innit? They're the expendables. They're the ones that you can kind of be like, look, I think it's time that you know what I mean, pastures new and all that. And keep some of the people around that know, and you know, the winners. But just before you cut out, I think he's a brilliant player going forward. But defensively, I don't want Davis.
Davis. Okay. Yeah, fair play.
I don't want Davis.
You know who I want, but we can never get him.
Davis is someone who I think is perfectly suited to a team that plays a three at the back, and he's a he's a wing back. And I think he even publicly was known to have been quoted saying, I actually want to be a winger now. I don't want to be a fullback anymore. I don't think Davis even wants to. But
you want to know? Hear the joke. Anymore. You know, if we had Davis yesterday, Davis for the recovery pace, he would have been fine. The ball of Saka. That's the killer. So what you're saying is very true.
But Matt, Robbo got there for pace. He just
no. Robbo got there in the end. Alphonso Davis gets there way before the ball.
Before the ball bounces. Alphonso Davis.
Yeah. Can I say this, guys?
Sorry, Matt. Go on.
Can I just quickly say this? Do you think Joe Gomez? I know again he's not your traditional left back, but when Gomez played left back last year, he was arguably our best left back. Do you not even think for a second that Slot should have thought to himself, I've got a funny feeling Saka's going to play. And even if he doesn't, Gomez is more than capable of playing left back. Because when we attack, we can then defend in a back three. And Trent, if he was to invert, we still got the three centre-backs. I genuinely feel like right now, especially, listen, when we play against Man City normally play left foot or on the right, whether it's Savinho or Bernardo Silva. I think Joe Gomez is the answer. He's not the long-term answer, but what we have right now, we need to utilize Joe Gomez more, bro.
But Matt, do you think it was probably because he's cold, he didn't want to just throw him into such a high-pressure game cold? Because I think Joey's played.
But Gomez is cold, fam. Like, Gomez can deal with the pressure, bro. Trust me.
No. When I say cold, I mean like what is his minutes for the season? 100 and something. Like,
I don't even know, but I think he's been. You know how some people are saying they feel like Endo's been a bit, done wrongly here, so to speak. I think Gomez has as well. I know Gomez
has only played 126 minutes.
I know.
Gomez has done really dirty.
Like, Gomez is too good, in my opinion, not to even. Let me give an example. I know Trent's playing with an injury. It's been revealed, isn't it? Yeah.
10 minutes in the Premier League.
You're telling me Gomez couldn't have played a couple of games here or there just to see if that injury can just heal up a bit better? It's kind of frustrating that, as much as I'm, again, always praise Slot for what he's been doing, but there are things that I have questioned. And those are one of the things, I understand you want to left foot off for build-up play, because when you're doing build-up and you need to make that escape pass, you need the person more so to be left-footed. And I understand that. But I think Gomez's intelligence would allow him to do what he needs to do in the build-up play. It might not be as fluid, and we might have to keep going back sometimes more than we need to go forward. But I think Gomez is more than an able deputy. It's just, I don't know.
If you go off of last season, Joe Gomez should have been one of the first names on the team sheet. Because I think Joe Gomez was in Liverpool's top 5 performers last season.
Because Gomez was cold last year. Look at the redemption season he had.
He must feel really hard done by deep down of the way.
I think if this continues, if he leaves in the summer, I think
he might leave in January. If I'm Joe Gomez, if I'm going to be completely honest, I reckon Joe Gomez must feel disgusted. They didn't let him leave in the summer. and now he's barely getting any game time when he's seeing others in the team ahead of him throwing up stinkers. If I'm
10
Joe
minutes
Gomez,
in the Premier League.
yeah, if
He's
I'm Joe
only
Gomez, I'm
played
livid.
10 minutes in the
10
Premier
minutes
League.
for Joe Gomez, Cal.
If I'm Joe Gomez, I'm livid. I am.
That's mad.
And
And I
losing
think
Gomez,
that's why he didn't play as well, because he's too cold. He's not. Do you know what I mean? Like, you got to at least have a couple games before you
I tell you
play
what the
Arsenal.
killer
Do
is.
you know what I mean?
we already need a centre back who can play left back.
Mm.
If and when Gomez leaves, does that mean we need two centre backs? Because this
Yeah.
is what I say.
Yeah.
last
If
summer-
Gomez leaves, we're in trouble. 100%.
and this is what I mean. You see how last summer, like, we only signed Chiesa. Next summer, we could, like, we're gonna be
Bro,
a
we
summer
do this
behind.
every year.
So,
I
yeah,
know,
we're
but we
summer
do.
behind.
This is where Liverpool need to really fix their transfer policy. Gone are the years when Liverpool used to plan in advance. We now plan on a whim. We just.
No, we've just started planning in advance.
Broski,
we have.
I'm not falling-
Mamadash
Cal,
planning in advance, man.
I'm
It
not
is,
falling.
it is.
I'm not falling for the BS or the PR. This is how I see it. We went and got Chiesa, yeah, and unfortunately, it hasn't worked out. Mamadash Philly, I get what you're saying because future proofing, but I also feel like they might be onto something where Allison might want to leave at some point, and maybe you are right. Maybe I'll give them that. But current windows before them, we're not really like we always have to do so much in 1 year because every time it gets to the summer, every Liverpool fan will tell you the same thing. What we need, it's normally about 4 signings. If we want to be real, about 3 to 4 signings, yeah. And every summer it's like 2. Bar the one where we had to we were forced to renew the midfield. It's normally let's give them 2 would do, 2 would do. We'll give them 3, 2 will do. Like we just never do enough. Like I'll be real, we could be in a situation where we lose Joe Gomez,
Tsimikas.
Salah leaves, Virgil leaves, Trent leaves. Have I missed anyone else out?
Tsimikas.
What's the PR gonna do then? What are they gonna do? Yeah, we knew this was gonna happen. This is why we're gonna.
You know what the
spend
PR
500
would do?
million.
They'll show clips of Trey in training.
Yeah, and the crowd will get behind it. Just before we move off this topic, boys, to put you on the spot. Sorry to do this to you, Matt. No Teo Hernandez because I don't think it's realistic.
Oh God.
Which sorry, Matt. Which left back would you try and go for, Matt and Drift, both of you? Who would you try and go for?
Gavardio.
Brother, what?
You didn't say his name, so we're saying Gavardio.
Brother. So all right, we're gonna go up
If
to
Man City get in trouble, we take Gavardio.
Leaving 115. Gavardio.
Oh boy,
Klarna teams.
man.
Because it'll always be a Klarna.
Both of you are better than this.
If
This
we're
is
relegated, it'll be a Klarna setting.
This is the BS I would say a year ago. Come on, boys, do better, man. Do better.
We've actually got a better chance of getting Gavardio than we do Teo Hernandez. You do realize that, right?
You're mad.
No, I'm being dead for real.
You're crazy.
I'm just saying. What left back would you go for?
Honestly, I'd like Schlotterbeck.
No, left back, not centre back.
Yeah, no, Schlotterbeck because Schlotterbeck can play left back as well.
Yeah, but brother, we need him at centre back. He's the guy for centre back. No, I'm saying left back. Or you doing the whole profiling a centre back that can play left back?
Yeah,
If that's the case, Schlotterbeck is my first choice. Then Bastoni would be the second.
Bastoni, we're not getting Bastoni. Like a fool, I got drawn.
Everyone I say, but I don't think we're getting Schlotterbeck.
Well, it's because Matt, I've done this. So why would you make the same mistakes that I'm making?
So if we don't get Schlotterbeck, what can we really do then?
No, but Matt, if you see me walk and I fall into a hole, are you gonna walk in and fall into that hole as well? You're not, are you, bro?
Bruv, that's not what we're doing here.
Oh, you
What I'm
saw
saying
me.
is,
saw
you
me
said,
come and say, yeah, we're gonna get Bastoni, and then you saw what happened, bro. So why would you make the same mistake that I'm making?
But you guys, I don't think Bastoni can play left back. I think left side
No, he
is centre
can.
back,
No,
but
he
not
can.
left back.
Drift, he can. Bro.
Nah. I wouldn't like Bastoni to be.
I would say
actual left back,
for me,
left.
Schlotterbeck is more mobile. I would prefer Schlotterbeck over Bastoni personally.
Bastoni as a left-sided centre back in a back three, Cal. Oh, perfect.
No, he could do
But
back
not
two
a
as
back
well. I
Four,
think Bastoni could do
left
back
back. I don't know if I would.
Schlotterbeck's
go
number
Bastoni.
1 though. Trust me, he's the one we should be going to get though. Schlotterbeck though, in my opinion, but we've got to rule out Luke Haber as well. Remember, he signed a new deal.
He's signing.
However,
No, but did he sign a new deal with a release clause?
Yes,
Yeah,
but
you
it's
know
like
what a
90
release
mil
deal
though.
Oh, no.
No, but it goes down next year to
75 or
next
65.
year,
75, I think.
Ah, yeah, man. Plus, I don't want no more Leipzig brothers, man.
Yeah,
I don't want no more Leipzig brothers, man.
man.
It just... Plus, I don't want no more Leipzig brothers, man. 'Cause I don't want no more Leipzig brothers, man. 'Cause I don't want no more Leipzig brothers, man. 'Cause I don't want no more Leipzig brothers, man. 'Cause I don't want no more Leipzig brothers, man. 'Cause I don't want no more Leipzig brothers, man. 'Cause I don't want no more Leipzig brothers, man. 'Cause I don't want no more Leipzig brothers, man. 'Cause I don't want no more Leipzig brothers, man. 'Cause I don't want no more Leipzig brothers, man. 'Cause I don't want no more Leipzig brothers, man. 'Cause I don't want no more Leipzig brothers, man. 'Cause I don't want no more Leipzig brothers, man. 'Cause I don't want no more Leipzig brothers, man. 'Cause I don't want no more Leipzig broth
What about Murillo from Forest? A couple of people have
Cold. He's cold.
he's
But
you know
again,
he's
what-
impressed me more and more. I
But
watch
he
him does his
still needs to
But,
be.
but would you
little,
play him as a left back though?
I would.
I'll be honest. I'm actually
He's
coming
mobile
around.
enough.
I never thought I'd say this. I'm actually coming around more to the idea of playing a centre back who can play left back because we don't rely on our fullbacks now for creativity like
Carl's
we used.
been peptized.
No. But Carl, yeah, I was gonna say, come on, we gotta be honest. We still
Carl's
do that.
been
Carl.
baptized.
He's joking still. No, hear me out. Jim, hear me out. Under
And
Klopp,
Slot
we rely-
likes overlapping fullbacks as well.
our fullbacks don't overlap that much, Drift.
No, but when the
Cal wants to
opportunity
invert.
presents
Cal
itself,
wants to
if you-
invert
if you
everywhere,
remember,
bro.
if you remember, in
Trent
the
and
post-game,
Gavardio, bro. Just invert.
what was the game when Trent made that run and we scored a goal from it?
Oh no.
What
The
game,
overlapping
Cal?
run.
Yeah, what game was that?
It was Chelsea.
Slot made sure on more than one occasion he let everyone know. You see what Trent did? Because he was excited because that's what he likes. So I don't know if he'd want a left back who plays as a centre back and doesn't really do the overlapping.
No, but Gavardio
No,
overlaps. all the
Gavardio
time.
is.
No. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about someone like Bastoni who wouldn't be doing any. Of that
Yeah,
stuff. You
maybe
get
not.
what I'm
Maybe not
saying?
Bastoni. Maybe not Bastoni. Bastoni, you probably wouldn't do the overlapping thing.
Bastoni
Slot
steps
maybe.
into midfield. So
Slot
if you want to play
maybe.
inverting, Bastoni can do the inverting thing,
But
but
do
he's
you know-
not doing the overlapping.
Here's
He's
the
not
thing.
overlapping.
I have to give. We have to give Cow his flowers because he was the first person on this channel to mention Gavardia, and he kept on saying left back. We need to get this Gavardia guy, and I was like,
No, to be
Gavardia.
fair, when Cal was saying it, he wanted him for centre back.
No, I wanted it for both. I said it for both.
No, but what I'm saying is, bro, we have
No,
to because he was
the lawyer's
saying.
on me now. The lawyer's on me now. Yeah.
Drifters
No,
not going to
I'm
give
just-
no
I'm
one
just
their
remembering,
flowers, you
innit?
know.
Bro.
I try, Cow. I try.
I'm
Drift
just remembering.
don't want to give no one their flowers.
No, he
Petals and
definitely
plastic
wanted
on the
him.
floor, bruv. There's petals everywhere now.
No. Cal
Drifter
definitely
said,
wanted
"Oi,
him.
burn your
100%,
parade,
but
fam.
it was
Burn
for
your
centre
parade."
back.
Hey, see you burn your parade.
Or
But no,
Pokemon
to
in the
be
boys.
fair-
Shut up, man.
Yeah. To be fair, like Gavardia, if we would have signed him, and this is what pisses me off with Liverpool, the money was there, brother.
Don't, man.
Have I got this, guys? Have I got this right? When we went for Caicedo, was that the same year they got Gavardia, or might have got that wrong?
Gavardio came out and said he's a Liverpool supporter. Gavardio wanted Liverpool and we turned him down as a club. Hence why he's at Man City now.
Or do we
Do
just
we-
not have the money?
No, but
No,
guys,
we
do
had
we
the
also believe he only cost 70 mil? Or does that seem like a one of the 115?
No,
I
I think
I don't
he's
know,
about 80
man.
mil after add-ons or something like that. Either way, it's money.
why
Well,
did-
I'm not even gonna lie. It seems a bit fishy. He only cost 70 mil, innit?
no, that's
No, it
but
was more than that,
add-ons,
Jeff. He was
add-ons.
100
Just like
million
Haaland was
euros.
only 58 mil.
No,
innit?
he was 100 million euros.
No,
About
Haaland was
85,
different, man.
about 80,
I don't
85
think it
mil.
was you, man. Hold on.
I
let
think
me
it's
check how
85
much
mil
Robert
drift. I
went
think.
for. Let me check how
85
much he
mil.
went for.
Yeah,
He
100 mil
went to
euros. I
Man
want to say
City.
drift, or 95 or something. About 85 million drift.
Gavardio was
77 mil
Yeah,
they
yeah.
paid for it,
Okay, 77.
which
Yeah,
was
that's-
way less than what we were being told he was going to cost.
No,
No,
but
it's
I
way
think
less than what
the
RB
clubs
Leipzig
would have
tried to get.
known the real price, not the media, the club. Why
Remember,
didn't we go get Gavardia, bro?
Remember, there was no battle for him in it. So once City come in and no other
Yeah.
team coming in for him, RB can't be like, well, like Brighton were able to
Nah,
keep on
man.
hiking up the price because Liverpool coming with a higher bid for Caicedo.
We allowed
and
City a
Chelsea,
free
Man
run at
City.
Gavardia. We're moving.
But you know,
right.
we don't battle for players. We know that.
But I'll be real with you. If we went in for Gavardia and we're
I
serious,
think we get him.
we get him. He's
I
a
think we get
Liverpool
him,
fan.
yeah.
It's like Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai had options to go other places, but he wanted to play for Klopp.
Mm.
If we had Gavardia, we wouldn't even be in this mess. But you know, hey,
But if we had Gavardia, it's a different story, man. Flip
big
it
up,
now,
big
bro.
up, big up the
Inverting all over the place. Pause.
big up what we do in it. Final topic. Probably don't need to spend long on this, boys. PSG have entered the race for Trent, apparently. Shout out to, I think it was you, Star this drift. So you would have reset. I still to this day don't think he gave Schmacker the password. I think Schmacker got some hackers to find it.
Brother, Schmackau, I done it. Yeah.
It was me that started this.
Yeah,
show,
big up for this. This is from Need. Or you need basically. I'm from France. I support PSG. We want Trent to make him play midfield, and that may seduce him, plus salary, of course. I may be in the minority saying this, and God knows this could come back to bite me, and I could have egg on my face. I don't think Trent's looking at PSG as an option at this stage of his career.
Yeah, that's like me as well. And that's no disrespect, by the way, as well. I just think he's either looking at, for me, he's either staying at Liverpool or going to Real Madrid. It's the lure of Real Madrid playing with his best friend, so to speak, and he knows the PR that they get over there. The PR for Trent over there. Brother, you see the PR that Trent goes over here that he can't defend. Oh my goodness. You see the PR? Do you know the stuff that Ballon is able to get away with? Bro, Trent would have a field day out there. Even Kylian, to be fair. I mean, to be fair, they're kind of crashing it on Kylian now, to be fair, but you get my point.
Drift, what about yourself? Do you think there's anything in this?
He ain't going PSG, man.
No, I think it is either Madrid or he stays at Liverpool. I don't think he wants to go anywhere else. I think Trent is staying personally, but yeah.
I'm not sure, bro, because he spoke about Ballon d'Or, innit? He said...
Yeah, but that's, again, why can't he dream of being a Ballon d'Or winner at Liverpool? I know the easy narrative is to go, well, you better go Real Madrid then. But Vinny Jr. didn't get it just now being a Real Madrid player, so maybe it ain't.
Can I say something that's going to really, really rattle everybody and probably going to bring the mood down, but I just want to be honest, yeah? I said at the start of the season, if no one signed their contract by the end of October, we should be frightened. WPF for frightened. Because it's the 28th of October, no one signed nothing, and I'm going to keep it a buck. As things currently stand, I actually think Virgil is the only one that is staying. Potentially. The other two, as things stand, I think they're gone. That's a smart.
I'm gonna stand.
And it's gonna break me. I can't even lie. Pause.
I think they're all staying.
And I'll be real. I'm gonna be devastated. I'm just calling it what it is. There's no point sugarcoating. Broski, if the club had intentions of signing Salah and especially Trent, like I don't know if you guys have realized it, but you know, there's no talk on Salah. Salah one is just cold. It's ice cold.
Can I give you a reason why I think that could possibly be, man?
Bro, if this happens, I'm done.
You know, call me stupid. I believe in the psyche of our accountants, Edwards, and all these men who are always about saving money. These men are gonna make this as last minute as possible to avoid giving them extra money sooner than needed. They're all getting pay rises. Remember this in their new contract.
Drift. They're gonna be.
No, but I don't agree with it. This is just what I think they're doing. So imagine this: if they all sign their contracts December the 29th, let me just give an example. Say December the 29th.
Wait. I just thought something quickly. Don't forget what you're gonna say. I'm gonna add something as well. I think Virgil's gonna stay, but if Virgil leaves, are you ready for the breaking news? Virgil goes to Real Madrid with Trent.
All right.
And the reason I'm saying that, Alaba might not come back. They will take Virgil no matter what age he's at. PR, everything's still the best defender in the world.
Of course.
Brother, Virgil and Trent. And I'm not going to lie to you, the Liverpool Football Club will be in the mud because two of our best players would have gone to the same team. The captain and the vice captain, and would have no one to blame but the club. And that's when I think everything's shut down.
I'm going to be real with you, Matt, with all due respect. You know, there's times where, you know, bad news is there, but you don't need to hear it out loud, bro. We can all see the date. We've all got laptops. We didn't need this today.
I'm preparing you.
Does anyone put it past?
Nothing.
I'm preparing you, bro.
Does anyone put it past our ownership to look at it as 6 months of them being on the same wages to save how much extra it would have cost to have given them the extra wage earlier?
So it is. I understand. I'm not.
If Trent goes up to 350, that's double. So they're going to look at week to week and they're going to think 6 months of saving double wages. Brilliant. Salah might go up. They're going to look at it like Do you not
No,
put it
but
past FFG?
but remember, the contracts aren't rigid like they are on Football Manager. You know, they can do the contract extension now and say, guys, it kicks in from the end of the season.
But the players might not be all right with that, though, bro.
Yeah, that's my point.
Guys,
So if they're not all right, you got to sign it now, bro.
Are you lot?
Right
I feel like you lot are more at ease with the situation than I am.
What?
No. Hear what I'm about to say. Let me land. The worst case scenario is all
I've
three
got a great
leave.
poker face, bro. That's it.
Bruv, worst case scenario, all three leave. As things currently stand right now, I actually think Virgil is the only one that's staying. That's just what I think. That's just going off like things and whatever. That's just what I think. Remember, this is football. It can change. I'm just saying right now, guys, we need to deep it. Yeah, pause. We're in the end of October. Yeah. The only thing we've heard about Virgil is now he's in contract talks. I think Virgil will get done. Salah is radio silence. Trent, we're getting these quotes, just quotes upon quotes upon quotes. So maybe you could say Trent is 50-50. Bro, why is there no word on Salah? All jokes aside, chat, just for 1 second. No bantering. Why has there been no news on Salah? Can anybody tell me the last time they got an update on Salah? All jokes aside.
Can I tell you why?
I'm going to be so honest. I'm not trying to scare, and it might sound like I'm scaring people, but I just want us to have this honest conversation because it's going to hit us in another month's time and we're still going to be in the same predicament, bro.
I think it's because deep down they're taking advantage of the loyalty of Salah and Van Dijk. And I think that they know as soon as they offer a contract that's a worthy contract, they'll both sign. I think that's the reason. Like, let's be honest. I'm not being naive, but I believe deep down that Salah and Virgil have absolutely no intention of leaving as long as they're getting paid well. No intention whatsoever.
This is why
Trent is the only one. Trent is the only one that I think he's being
bro, you see,
coerced.
I hear what you're saying.
We need to start a mute Matt super fun chat. Hashtag bad luck. Matt,
do you know what? I won't say a word. If someone wants to shoot super chat £50, I won't speak for the rest of the show. How about that? Go on. I won't speak. I won't say nothing. All jokes aside, all I'm saying is this though, bro. Maybe I'm being too negative, yeah, but
you're not, Matt.
But it's realization of like, I know how our club is run. There's 3 players. If it was 1 or 2 players, maybe, but it's 3 players. Are Liverpool gonna strike 3 times, bro? Like, in your heart of hearts, you man, all jokes aside, do you think we're gonna strike 3 times and get it right? Yeah. Because I'm scared, you lot. I'm being dead.
No, I think they're all staying. I do.
You think so? You think we'll get it right, Jeff? All 3? Fair play to you, bro.
I change week to week, mate, if I'm going to be honest. Last week I said all 3 stay. Now I'm saying maybe just 2. I change week from week. I'm really worried about the whole situation.
Because I feel like because we're doing so well in the season, and I know we always get these kind of contract talks like in this type of like international break or something like that. Big up Jay, man. Jay, I hope so, but nothing is certain in football, innit? And I really hope I sit here and go, bro, you see what I was right in October? I'm so glad. You know, I'm going to say this. I said £50, not $49.99. So you want to convert that? That's not £50, my brother. You got Trondo. I'm just saying, fam. I said £50.
Tron does not want to live in this reality, bro. He doesn't want to live in
wants to take. I said £50, bro. £50 sterling. Good try.
Tron was quick off the button, though.
That's fair play.
Hear it anymore.
Plus, even if I was to be techie and say dollars, it was $1 off in it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, sorry, 0.1 off. Yeah, 1 cent. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, man, £50 sterling.
Well, boy, the club have got a job to do.
Can we end the show? Because I think someone's going to do it.
I think we should put you in a half.
Can we end the show? I think someone's going to do it. They end the show now, man. Someone's going to do it.
I think we should put you in a half time out to honor the super chat.
Yeah, 3 minutes.
All right.
3 minutes start from now then, yeah, man.
Anyway, on the conversion.
I ain't going to say nothing.
3 minutes start from now.
I'll mute myself.
It was 38.50.
All right. Matt's muted himself. Cool. Mbappe is stinking up the place for Real Madrid. I expected this, and Matt's letting him get away with it because he's a stand for Mbappe.
You know, deep down the whole time he was defending Naby, really is thinking this guy's shit.
Of course he was, bro. He's a tech man though. And Madueke is probably better than Matt was as well.
I got a feeling that's why he doesn't like Madueke, because he sees himself in him.
Yeah.
100%.
Just bare flair, no end product. No work rate going backwards either. Wing wizard my ass, bro. Biran says, hear me out. Would you guys sell Ali to Saudi for 70 to 80 mil and make Kelleher number one and then go for Bastoni? Not for me, I wouldn't know.
No, I wouldn't, bro. I wouldn't
know. And I'll be real, bro. Getting caught 17 times offside, bro. You might as well live offside. Whatless behavior. Micah says Mamouche to Arsenal, Wirtz to Liverpool, Musiala to Man City, Rodrigo, where I still don't see Rodrigo leaving Real Madrid. I think he loves it there.
Do you know what I don't want people to do with the Mamouche stuff? Because he does look good, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Please understand that the football world always needs that guy to like live through in hype every season. You know, there's always that. Sometimes it could be more than one, but there's always got to be that one. He slowly seems like he might be becoming that guy.
Yeah. He's a
like,
flavor.
let's not get too like carried away with like.
He started the season brilliantly, though. Yeah.
And he does look good. He's mad techie, straight up Matt Street, because he's definitely techie.
Maybe Real Madrid should have gone for him instead of Mbappe. SG says fans want signings, but forget the homegrown rule. I get rushed for saying that. And max 25 players squad. Liverpool have 15 non-homegrown players. Mama to come, that's 16. Who's going for new signings? That's for the club to sort out, man. Sorry. Is this Matt?
Would this not be considered a contribution?
I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to spin the narrative to take the pressure off himself. He's trying to say Vinny got dealt with by Ibu and that would never happen to Kylian. Fair dues.
Oh, what? So he's actually saying that Kylian would skin up his own boy. That's mad still.
I told you, the stand has to stand, bro.
That's mad still.
Crazy world we live in nowadays. You've only got a minute left, bro. Shout out to Gunjit for the super chat as well. Kai says, a thought, do Liverpool have the best players in the Premier League history in all areas? Definitely VVD, defense, midfield, Gerrard, attack, Salah / Suarez. Matt and Drew yesterday, we need to see a Matt Raff. Jamie can be Ringo with his Diddy-Bo. What's a Raff?
Hold on, Jamie being the Ringo. We're not just gonna skip past that part.
What's the Raff? What's a Raff?
I'm fight, I guess. Because if he's talking about being in the ring, then.
By the way, I still think Henry is the best attacker in Premier League history. Him or Rooney, actually.
Oh, it's like an argument.
Oh.
He's saying that a Raff is like an argument.
Me and Matt have debates and arguments all the time on here. By the way, you're good now, Matt. You're good, bro.
Not really, though.
You good, Matt? You can jump back on if you want.
Pause. Big pause. Big pause.
Yeah, big pause still.
I didn't even say nothing. I'm just saying, look at Ibu's performance yesterday. I'm just saying, like,
You know what? I'm not even gonna allow. We do have to get rid of this pause culture now. We can't be scared to say stuff, man. It's mad.
Ibu got man of the match yesterday, man.
We're grown ups.
Bad boy.
Oh, Tron with another.
Oh shit!
One. Yeah.
Oh shit!
yeah.
Right. He Tron was like double up 3 or 4 times.
If you don't know, now you know.
I'm out, people. Take care. God bless.
Now you gotta stay on the screen. Now you gotta stay on the screen.
He wants you to stay on the screen, but just be
quiet. He wants to see you. He said he just don't want to hear from you, bro. D Dub
You're a
says
child
if
from the
all three
70s
extend,
now, man.
if all three extend, do you think we'll sign anyone?
I said you must be seen and not heard.
Matilda, do you think we'll sign anyone if all three are given extensions?
Not many.
I think we will. Matt, just nod for us, yes or no. If all three extend, do you think we'll sign anyone still? Okay, I rate it.
49 months a member as well. Big up your damn self.
Big up D Dubs. Big up to official AMD Speak says Matt's wing wizardry making the Morley's 10-piece disappear. That's deep still. Paul A says UFC thoughts. Oh, Drift, do you know what happened yet?
Fuck UFC, man.
Oh man. Oh man. Paul A says UFC thoughts Chimaya versus Pereira would be awesome. Drift, I mean, I did warn you, bruv. I did warn you.
I don't even know. I don't even watch UFC anymore, bro. So.
I did warn you, man. Oh man. That
Matt,
got me.
you only have to nod your head for this because people are talking about the wing wizard thing. Have you seen that wicked deal KFC have with the 20 wings for £7 on Tuesdays? Yeah. Good deal.
Look at his face. His face light up though. Look at you. Look at you. I said, swear down it's Tuesday tomorrow, you know.
I think it's $6.99 for 20 wings, Matt, on Tuesday.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
If Morley's did that, I'd be there in a heartbeat. I'd be there in a heartbeat if Morley's did that. Shout out to Kadima, says tomorrow's my birthday and this is news I get typical. Blame Matt, man. Blame Matt. But Kadima, obviously, if we
Happy birthday, bro. Big up.
This is for you, brother. Kadima, happy birthday, bro. Right. Where are we? That's all the supers. Matt, feel free to jump back in now if you want to. We're gonna round up.
Oh no. Hold on. Big up. This is the news.
Hey, there we go.
I'm coming off mute for this. I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
This is the news I wanted to hear.
Brilliant.
No, great news, man.
Got a message you after the show as well.
Trust me, man.
Really happy for that.
Trust me, so happy for you, Jay. Trust me. You
big up, man. Big up. Big up to Penny as well. She's a soldier.
Yeah. Bless little one.
100 soldier. Love that. Absolutely love that. Boys, we'll probably be back tomorrow. Got to do a Brighton preview for Wednesday, so probably back tomorrow at some point. No, we'll be back tomorrow at some point. So if you guys haven't already, switch on the notification bell, subscribe to the channels, follow us on social media as well, where you'll be getting updated on what videos are coming out as well. Anything, guys, you want to add before we say good night to the people?
No, listen.
Hey, do you know what? Jamie's built a different stuff, you know. I said she rang him and he was vexed because she woke him up.
Nah, James savage.
Jamie,
this guy is a savage.
Nah, listen. Best news of the day is obviously hearing about Jay and his family. That's the best news. But no, man, listen. Big up to everyone that joined today. Another great show. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I just hope that what I said doesn't happen in it. That's the real talk. I hope it doesn't happen, but we'll wait and see. And
I'm not gonna lie, big up Troy for being a man of his word still, because he said, "All right, you want to do it?" And
big up Troy as well. Big up Troy, because I even said $49.99 ain't enough. We have to do pound sterling, brethren. And my man said, "All right, cool. Here we go again." So,
I really wanted to shut you up.
Bro, he ain't the first person. Jack as well on FIFA, like broski.
That's happening this week, innit? We're here
Yeah,
for it.
this week. Me and Jack can sort something out this week. So
Yeah, we're here for it, man. We're here for it.
us.
We're here for it. But now, people, it's been another one in the books. Massive shout out to everyone who tuned in. If you're watching this on replay, please do smash that like button as well. We're back tomorrow for the Liverpool versus Brighton preview in the Carabao Cup. And then we will tell you what else we've got for the rest of the week as well. Boys, always a pleasure. Enough blessings to you both. People in the comments, enough blessings to you all. Big up to Jamie, big up to Penny and the family as well. People, until we see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed. We're Kopish around people. Take care.
Smash the lights, people. Smash the lights. Love people.